entire North Carolina State Wolfpack squad. I've never seen that before.
It looks like a sea of red is just going to take over on Virginia Tech. But they do that a lot of times for psychological purposes.
Our referee, John Nealon, from the Big Ten, as is the entire crew of officials today, is now in the center of the field with the representative captains. Let's see if we can pick up his comments right now.
Next, you have your choice. You can defer, you can defend the goal, or retreat. You're going to defer. Tech has won, and will defer until the second half.
Virginia Tech has won the toss, but have deferred to the second half.
Yes, the reason they do that is they want North Carolina State to make the decision, so in the second half, when the game is more in balance, they can make the proper decision.
So North Carolina State, the Wolfpack, will receive the kickoff. Incidentally, a little bit laterly, I found out about the word hokey. Now, the North Carolina State offense. Haywood Jeffries starts at the one wide receiver. The left tackle, Bill Leach. Lenny Schultz at left guard. Chuck Massaro, the center. Johnny Smith at right guard. Joey Page, the right tackle. And the tight end, Ralph Britt. In the backfield, you've heard about Eric Kramer. Mal Kreit, the fullback. Bobby Crumpler will start at tailback. And Naz Worthen, Nasrullah Worthen will be the flanker. Now, the defense for Virginia Tech. Curtis Talaferro will be at defensive end. Rick Singleton, defensive tackle. Mark Webb, the nose guard. Joe Turner at right tackle. Victor Jones starts at defensive end. The linebackers, Paul Nelson, the leading tackler for the Hokies, and Jamel Adjemi. At the corners, Scott Rice at the one corner. Sean Lucas at strong safety. The free safety, Carter Wiley, and Billy Myers at defensive right cornerback. Now, there are two players who will not play today for Virginia Tech for disciplinary reasons. Roan and Davey will not play. I told you that the referee was John Nealon, the umpire Bob Pickens, Ron Winter the line judge, George Solomon the field judge, Ed Marisich the linesman, Glenn Fortin the side judge, Mike Nevin the back judge, and our capacity crowd here today is enjoying outstanding weather. There is Bill Dooley, the head coach of Virginia Tech, and as Lee Corso, my colleague, mentioned, coaching his final game at Virginia Tech. We are checking right now. The deep men for North Carolina State will be off to our left. The other coach, Dick Sheridan, coach of the year, Atlantic Coast Conference. Many honors have come his way. Now, the deep men for North Carolina State in the middle is number 37, Troy Russell. Off to his right is Todd Varn. And quite frankly, the player off to the left, we think it's Jim Lowe. Yes, it is. He just straightened up and we can see his number. Now, kicking off for Virginia Tech, their great place kicker, Chris Kinzer. And before a capacity crowd at the new Peach Bowl, happy holidays to all of you, and we're underway at the 9-yard line. And across the 25 to about the 26-yard line, Troy Russell. Now, the offense for North Carolina State. There's Russell, who carried back the kickoff to about the 27-yard line.
I can't hear Ray.
Wide to the right for NC State will be a tight end, Todd Fisher. We didn't know he was going to start. They're starting with two tight ends because Britt is also in there. And here comes a tailback. Short yardage across the 30-yard line. And Bobby Crumpler gets the starting nod today from Newton Grove, North Carolina. Number 44, Bobby Crumpler. He's a junior. The offensive line is as we expected. Now, by the way, Worthen, who was in on the first down play, is out. And replacing him at that one spot outside is Mark Jones. Second down and about, a long 5, about 5.5. And there goes Mal Kreit, the fullback, and that was a first down.
North Carolina State has come out in a balanced attack. They're running right up the middle. One of the best things to do at the early part of the game is let your offensive lineman come off the ball and bang somebody. There's Mal Cry, who runs the ball rarely, but when he does, he's a strong inside runner.
Now Worthen, the top receiver, is out wide to the left. And as we expected, they're running out of the eye. And there goes Cricht again. He's all the way down to the 45-yard line of Virginia Tech. Incidentally, Lee, I'm told that hokey came from a yell from years ago. Hokey, 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 pie. We are the folks, or the fans, whatever, from VPI. I just wanted to get that straight early, okay?
I'm glad you did.
That's where it all started. But meanwhile, the Wolfpack on the move. 1st and 10, 45-yard line of Virginia Tech. Splitting out to the left now, the one tight end, Fisher. Out to the right is Worthen. Kramer, option, Crumpler. Great defense. Who led that charge? Sean Lucas, the strong safety.
You see, North Carolina State is running the option play. Kramer will pitch it out, a 99 Singleton, the defensive end, and tackle comes up, makes a great play right there from the inside. Number 5, Lucas, came up and supported from the strong safety position in really fine position.
Result, loss of 3. 2nd down, 13, 48-yard line of Virginia Tech. Just underway. No score from the new Peach Bowl. Now that's the tight end Griffith went in motion. Pretty good protection. Short gain for the tailback. Back to the original line of scrimmage for Crumpler. Gain of 3. It'll set up a 3rd down and 10.
Big play here. Now watch for number 17, Worthen, on this case. This is where they like him. But now you notice one thing that they're doing, Ray. They're not playing their basic formation. They've changed. They're starting to move around a lot more. I think that's because Virginia Tech has a long time to get prepared. They want to try to do something different. Watch number 17.
Now we have a slot to the right. 3rd and 10. Pressure on Kramer. Sack. And might have been a loose ball. It is recovered by the Wolfpack, but for a big loss back around the 47-yard line of NC State. So the Tech defense definitely stiffened.
Now one of the best pass defenses you can have is a good pass rush. Here comes number 83, comes in from the inside and makes a good defensive play. Now Kramer was smart that case. He did not throw the ball because he didn't have any idea who to throw it to.
The punter, Kelly Holodick. And at the 15-yard line of Virginia Tech, very short run back. Billy Myers. Now, the offense for Virginia Tech. Donald Wayne Snell is their leading receiver. Mike Clapp at offensive left tackle. Ron Singleton at left guard. Bob Frula at center. Kevin Keefe at right guard. Rodney Good at right tackle. And the tight end is Steve Johnson, their number 2 receiver. Eric Chapman at quarterback. Ernie Jones, the fullback. And we expect to see number 2, Maurice Williams, start at tailback, and the flankers, David Everett. Now, at the 22-yard line, the Hokies with their first possession. No score from Atlanta. That was Everett in motion. And here comes Williams. 1st down. Might go. 40, 30, 10. Did he get in? No, they're saying he is a half-yard short. Maurice Williams opening in spectacular fashion. Chased down by Derek Taylor. How's that for the first possession for the Hokies, Lee?
I tell you what, they're going to have a hard time repeating that. What happened that time, you'll watch number 46, Everett, will come in motion. And when Everett comes in motion, he blocks down. Now watch, good block by Jones, number 49. And right there, that's where Williams takes off. But it's a good thing that Derek Taylor is one of the fastest men on the team. Number 5 will come from the right-hand picture right there and knock him down. What a great way to start a bowl game.
Now the ball is spotted at the 1. I thought I saw Eddie Hunter checking in at tailback. He is one of that duo known as the Stallions. And he is the tailback. And the fullback is Ernie Jones. 1st and goal, Virginia Tech. And quarterback Eric Chapman says, hold it, I can't hear anything. And he's asked for a timeout. So we have a timeout at the new Peach.
Now, you'll notice they brought in 45, and you'll say, why did? Now, here's a toss play again to Williams, number 2. It gets a good block by Jones, number 49 there. Now, as he breaks it into the open right here, if he carries the ball in his left hand, he could have used his right hand to push number 5 off, and he might have scored. Notice that fundamentally, that's not sound, but how about that for distance? Not bad. Way to run. Now, you'll notice, why did they take number 2 out of the ball game? The reason why they take number 2 out of the ball game is he's tired right now. They want a fresh guy, because when a back like number 2 runs that far, you have a tendency to fumble the ball. And there's Bill Dooley. How about that one for the start, Bill?
Meanwhile, Dick Sheridan, during this timeout, called over his entire defensive unit. Bullock, Key, Agnew, Auer, Crooms, Teague, Smith, although he may have some specialists in there for short yardage or goal line defense.
Yes, you usually put your largest lineman inside and try to penetrate. Now, this is not a gimme. Now, there's Dick Sheridan. It's a long ball game, and he knows that his team could score. Remember at the top of the show, we said that this game line would go back and forth? Well, I tell you what, they've got a great chance to go up ahead right here, but the game's a long way to go before it's over.
77 yards. We're going to have to start checking some records to see if that's the longest run in the Peach Bowl. It's the longest run in the new Peach Bowl. We know
I'll guarantee you one thing. It's the longest opening play run in the new Peach Bowl, or the old Peach Bowl, or the old Citrus Bowl, or any other old bowl.
Meanwhile, Ernie Jones, the junior from Virginia Beach, who provided that great block. New Peach Bowl record, 77 yards. Okay, it is officially a record. Eddie Hunter now, number 45. Out of Oxon Hill, Maryland, is the tailback. Everett, the flanker, is in there, but he's lined up in the backfield. It's like a full house backfield. Everett in motion. Was it? Is it? No signal. Tremendous defense. It's going to be spotted very close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, there may have been a loss. No, they're going to put it down at the 1.
You'll watch Hunter try to jump over the pile. What you do here is try to jump as high as that man. Great play there in the middle by number 34. Crooms will come in there, and right there, number 21, Jones, is the guy that saved the tackle right there, because he kept him out of the end zone.
That was Nelson Jones, who's listed as a cornerback. So it's going to be 2nd and goal, and we have a player injured. Now, while we have this lull here on the field, it's Chris Johnson, the strong safety, who is getting attention out on the field. I'd like to make mention for all of those, Lee, the followers of these two schools who couldn't be here today. I'm going to name a representative. Nelson Strawbridge of Durham, North Carolina, is probably as what shall I say, vocal backer, booster of the Wolfpack as anybody I know, and he's recovering right now from surgery back in Durham. And I'm going to name him the official representative of all the followers who would like to be here today but are watching by way of Mizzlou television. Now, as Dick Sheridan paces, he has had to replace that injured player, Chris Johnson. But meanwhile, it's 2nd and goal. Virginia Tech, 1-yard line of NC State. No score, first quarter. And this time it's a touchdown for the tailback, Eddie Hunter. And the Hokies break on top by a score of 6-0. Now, the Virginia Tech place kicker, Chris Kinzer, is perfect in extra points, 27 for 27. In field goals, by the way, he's 22 of 27, so he has 93 points this year. The holder is Jeff Balance, reserve quarterback, and the capacity crowd reacting to this very thrilling start for the Hokies. We'll watch our referee. It is good. And the score, 7-0. Virginia Tech on top at the New Peach Bowl from Atlanta. We'll be back after these messages. So after 3 minutes and 56 seconds of play, just 3 plays, 79 yards, 77 of it on the run by Williams, and it took 1 minute and 12 seconds. Now the man in the middle, again, is Troy Russell, who handled the opening kickoff. To his left is Jim Lowe. To his right is Todd Varn. 7-0, Virginia Tech. And once again, we look at Chris Kinzer. Winning points by Virginia Tech were taken care of in 5 victories by Kinzer and 1 tie. So he's been an integral part of this Hokie team. Russell again at the 11 or 12. 20. And short of the 25-yard line. His forward progress is going to be marked at about the 24. Now, I imagine Lee, as a coach now, Dick Sheridan and staff are very anxious to see how does our team react to that kind of a dramatic sort of an opening by the Hokies.
Dick Sheridan's offense will react exactly the way he predicts it, positively. They've done it all year. There's no change in a bowl game.
Worthen is out to the right. Jeffries to the left. Crumpler the tailback. Crite the fullback. Option. There goes Crumpler. Good gain on first down out to the 32-yard line. Bobby Crumpler during the season ran for just short of 600 yards. A shoulder injury was suffered by the strong safety of the Wolfpack, Chris Johnson from Beaufort, North Carolina. Second down, 3, 32-yard line of NC State. And there goes the fullback. And that's a first down by Mal Crite, who ran so very well on their first possession.
Looks like that North Carolina State's theory is to use a balanced line so that they can get too far behind, Ray. They're going to have to forget that strategy and come out throwing more.
Leading tackler Paul Nelson, who had 104 during the regular season, was mainly responsible for stopping that run. But it's a Wolfpack first and 10 at the NC State 39-yard line. Well, he sent one of his tight ends in motion, and Kramer keeps from the 39 to about the 43. We can see already the difference between these I formations. One is an option attack out of the I, and the other is more, what would you call it, the basic I formation?
The basic I formation. One is put around the quarterback, number 12, Kramer, because it's a great idea. Now, there's Sheridan with his offensive coaches talking about the kind of adjustments that Virginia Tech are making.
Two tight ends again. Worthen out to the left. Second down, 6. Crumpler. There, my friends, is second effort personified.
Great run by number 44. It's an interesting story, Ray. When Dick Sheridan got there, this guy was a linebacker. He played linebacker for him last year, but watch the way he drops his left shoulder right here and spins out. There's a drill that offensive backs all use. It's called a spin drill. Look at him fight for yardage. Great effort there on a first down.
At the 50, 7-0, Virginia Tech leads. 9:44 to play, first quarter. Still a double tight end offense. The fake by Kramer, and he's doing a good job of ball handling. And once again, Crite carries where he met Paul Nelson, one of the Virginia Tech linebackers, and a gain of 4. It'll be second down, 6. Now we're going to have a new wide receiver. Jones is checking in. Worthen is going out. Mac Jones out to the open end of the field on the left side. Second and 6. Kramer about a yard and a half or 2 yards. Rick Singleton made the tackle.
You can see that Virginia Tech has automatically said, if they're going to run the option play, we're going to let number 12 Kramer run it. If he makes any yards, that's all right, as long as we can hit him. That's the option. Right there is number 31, Talaferro, 6'3", 226, and a senior, has been playing the option very, very well so far.
A key third down and about 4.5 for a first down. 44-yard line of Virginia Tech. 7-0 Virginia Tech leads. Now let's see if the tight end goes in motion. Yes. Britt went in motion. Flag is down. Loss on the play. It appears that Virginia Tech's making some pretty good adjustments here to this option.
Absolutely. What they're doing is they're option away or to the man in motion, depending on their coverage. But again, the strategy is to let number 12 run it and hit him.
Fourth down.
The penalty, illegal motion against NC State. It'll bring up a 4th down. Back deep. Billy Myers is back deep at the 10. Almost blocked. at the 15, inside the 10. It'll be marked as first touched at the 7-yard line. The score, 7-0. Virginia Tech leads North Carolina State. We'll be right back after these messages from your local. Virginia Tech scoring drive started from their own 22. Now they have it at their own 8-yard line. And Bill Dooley looks on. He's the one with the white cap. First and 10, 8-yard line, Hokie possession. Here comes that tailback again, but it's not Williams this time. It's Eddie Hunter. Steve Grad, you have an update?
Yes, Chris Johnson, the secondary man who was injured, he has a severely bruised left shoulder. And right now the trainers say it's iffy, questionable whether he's going to be back in the game. So we'll watch and see how that affects the secondary of the Wolfpack.
Okay, thank you very much, Steve Grad. Gain 3 yards. Second down 7. Virginia Tech at their own 11. 7:34 to play first quarter. Hokies lead 7-0. The man in motion was Richardson. Good defense by the Wolfpack, and again that second man of the tailback contingent, the Stallions, Eddie Hunter, carries.
This is important for North Carolina State. What they need to do here is make sure that they can keep them bottled up so they can punt the ball against the wind and get good field position. Bill Dooley's concerned right now because not only he's winning on the scoreboard, but he's losing on the field.
Donald Wayne Snell, number 1 receiver for Virginia Tech, out wide to the right. This is Everett in motion. And Chapman looking. I think he wanted to hit Everett, but it was well overthrown. It'll bring up 4th down. And we're about to see Tony Romero, who averages 36 yards a punt for Virginia Tech. Now the deep man for the Wolfpack will be Naz Worthen. Great receiver. Good punt returner.
And a game breaker. Watch out. This is exactly what I was talking about. The punt should land about the 50, and if they get any kind of return, they'll be in Virginia Tech territory and be winning the game.
Romero from the Virginia Tech goal line. Block! Which team got it? It's a touchdown. NC State, Derek Taylor. Touchdown, the Wolfpack. To the best of my knowledge, that's the first punt this year that Romero has had blocked. It is. So we have a sparkling run by Maurice Williams of the Hokies.
Number 5, Taylor blocks it, and Bullock picks it up. Now watch this, a great play right here by Bullock, who comes out. The quarterback, one of the mistakes, he didn't reach out and catch it. Number 5 makes a great block, Taylor right there, and it goes into the end zone. It's interesting. Virginia Tech has blocked 4 punts this year, and all of a sudden they lose a touchdown on their own weapon.
And Brian Gay recovered the punt blocked by Taylor. Now we'll have the extra point try. Delay of game penalty is going to mean that the extra point try will come from an additional 5 yards back.
Now the key to this is the quarterback is taking too much time. Once you get near the goal line, he looks like he's posing for television. Now watch this scramble. As the ball is loose, remember, all you have to do is fall on it, and number 94 falls on it, Bullock right there, and shows himself to the television network as a great touchdown maker.
We understand we should correct it. Brian Bullock is now credited with recovering that. And meanwhile, Mike Kofer is on target. And we have had 2 spectacular plays, one by the running back Maurice Williams, one by the defense blocking a punt. We're tied at 7, and we'll be back after these messages. The deep men for Virginia Tech, that great tandem of tailbacks, Maurice Williams and Eddie Hunter. 45 is Hunter, number 2 is Williams. Meanwhile, for the Wolfpack, Mike Kofer, their outstanding place kicker, will handle the kickoff chores. I don't think we've given enough credit yet, come to think of it, Lee, to the Atlanta Chamber of Commerce. They took over this game in July and result the 3rd sellout in the history of the Peach Bowl.
And let me tell you something, they've done a great job of entertaining the players too. They entertained them at Stone Martin Park, and the Atlanta Falcons had a nice barbecue for them. That was a nice gesture.
6:41 to play, first quarter. Both teams with a tremendous contingent of followers who have journeyed here to Atlanta for the game. Koper says he's ready. The officials say ready to go. And our 7-7 game finds this ball headed to Hunter at the goal line. Boy, is he quick. 25-yard run back. Steve Grad, your latest report.
Derek Taylor, the man who blocked the punt, told me he was shocked that nobody picked him up on the block when he rushed in. Then I said, well, what goes through your mind when you're all clear? He says, don't miss the ball. Make sure you get it. And he did everything perfectly. That's why they tied the game up.
So, result, the scoreboard here in Atlanta says 7-7. Wide to the left will come Donald Wayne Snell, their leading receiver. In a slot left is Everett, the flanker. Everett, the man in motion. And here comes Williams. That's the same sort of a hole he had on that 77-yard run. Didn't he come off the left side that time?
And exactly, and it's the same blocking scheme. They're bringing number 46 in motion from the outside, and he's cracking back right there. That's why the play is so good. Now, if he makes the broke, now there's perfect example of well-coached football team. You notice how he covered the ball with two hands? He gets in the open field, he's carrying it in the proper hand, and he uses his shoulder. That's Maurice Williams, is a fine-looking football player.
A 1,000-yard-plus runner during the regular season. Now we have some changes at wide receiver. Jamison is in, Richardson is in, but here goes Williams. Not very far. Now that was Brian Gay, who is in the game in place of the injured Chris Johnson, who made the tackle. And the result, loss of about a yard. Second down, 11. Coaching his final game for, on the other side of the field, Bill Dooley. There's Bill. We had a glimpse of Dick Sheridan a moment ago. Second down, 11. Virginia Tech, their own 34. Now they're not in the I formation now. It's a split back formation. To about the 38 or 9-yard line went Ernie Jones, and the Virginia Beach Junior is basically a blocker.
You know, that time they did what they call a tendency breaker. Their tendency is when they get out of the I formation to throw it. So therefore they ran it up the middle to try to catch him by surprise, but it didn't work. Now it's a big third down play.
Now Richardson and Jamison race right back onto the field, and Everett and Snell come out. This is a key third down and 6. Chapman, pretty good protection. Boy, did he drill that to his tight end, Steve Johnson. Crooms made the tackle, one of the NC State linebackers, but a first down.
That's a terrific picture from the end zone. Now watch him back up. I like that. That's like Bart Starr, right, Ray?
Yep.
He backs up so he can see the field better, and he drills it right in the middle of Steve Johnson, who's the second leading receiver. That's an outstanding play because the quarterback drops back and he can see the whole field when he backpedals.
Snell, right side, Everett, left side. First down, Virginia Tech at their own 48. And, whoa, what a play on Donnelly. Donnelly, who replaced Jones at fullback, is really nailed by Kelvin Grooms.
Boy, this is a dynamite play by Grooms, the co-captain. Watch him lower his shoulder now. He gets nice and low and bangs his head right across to try to get the head on the football. Now, just at the point of attack, boom, Grooms just smashed him. That's called speed is power.
7-7 score, first quarter, 4 minutes left, second down 10, Virginia Tech, their own 48. There goes for short of a first down, tailback Eddie Hunter. You know, this sort of a success at tailback, Lee, reminds me of when James and Dickerson, Craig James,
James and Dickerson. Now, Sheridan, you notice right there, he's not as concerned of most of their offensive plays, but he's concerned of the fact that they're keeping the ball away from him. He does not get a chance. And there's Dooley, who wants his team to take it slow and easy and score.
3rd and 3, 45 of NC State. Everett in motion. Here's the tailback, Hunter. This is going to be, I think, a first down. I think he has a first down by about 2 feet. between the 41 and 42-yard line.
Boy, what a great shot is from the ground level. You watch the tailback as he starts to the inside and then he breaks to the outside. This is called option running. In other words, you run anywhere you can. A good play by Brooks, number 32, to come in there and stop him. But boy, I tell you what, that's a clutch first down because it keeps the clock moving.
At the 41-yard line of NC State, 3:10 to play first quarter. 7-7 score. And on first down, here's Chapman. Whoa, wide open was Donald Wayne Snell. Tackle made by the cornerback Derek Taylor, but he had an awful lot of room that time.
The reason why that was so successful is the fact that they've been running the ball on 1st and 10. Watch, he rolls out and he hits him right on a break. Donald Wayne Snell has got number 5, Derek Taylor, backpilling, and number 4, Gay comes in there. But the reason that was such a good play is they've been running. All of a sudden, you throw the ball on first down and catch them off balance.
And it's enough for the first down, yes, at the 31-yard line. So this is a good drive by Virginia Tech in this 7-7 game late in the first quarter. Jamison is out to the left. Everett is out to the left. Everett in motion. And there goes the fullback for short yardage this time, Ernie Jones, and a flag down.
I think you'll find number 46 that time, Everett, came in from the outside and clipped the outside linebacker. Number 46 right there.
There's the signal. It's an illegal block by our referee from the Big Ten, John Nealon. The gain was from the 32 to the 29-yard line of NC State. This will bring a new tailback in. Eddie Hunter is going to check in. He'll replace Williams. And the election to take the penalty by NC State, because it's a major penalty, all the way back to the 47-yard line of NC State. Here's our referee now.
Illegal crack back on the offense. Still first down.
So the down remains the same. It's first down, but it's 1st and 25.
What that block was an illegal crackback, which means you cannot come from the outside and block a man on the inside below the knees. He did that, plus clipped him. Should have given him a 30-yard penalty on that one.
All right, 1st and 25, 47-yard line of NC State. Chapman indicated that I think he was saying he couldn't hear. Now it's up to the referee to make a decision whether he has to be charged with a timeout. Isn't that right, Lee?
Yes, and also what he was concerned about was the 30-second clock. See, he couldn't see it over there, and therefore he wanted the official to start it over again. I think that's the problem. The clock was not operating properly.
Could you hear what our referee said?
The 25-second clock was not working properly, and that's what he said.
Lee, I give you A for your observance.
See, you can't see the clock, and you don't. It's a 5-yard penalty if you cannot see the clock and get it off in 25 seconds.
All right, 1st and 10, 1st and 25. Little delay, and this is Hunter with that good speed. Picked up about 5 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd down 20. Lee, let me ask you here, a defensive coach in this instance for NC State, how much does he change as far as how soft he plays his secondary when it's like 1st and 25 versus a 1st and 10?
Well, the first thing they do is they play them soft enough that they can't get a long pass, and that's why you throw the ball underneath or run the draw. That was a draw. Sheridan called that because he thought the linebackers would be dropping further than they were. It was a good call.
Gain of about 5, 2nd down 20. Again, Everett is the man in motion. Chapman, strong arm, inside the 40-yard line. It's complete to Everett. He was the man in motion, or was it Hunter? Mark Smith made the tackle, and it was number 45, Hunter, who made the grab. But now, here's a key 3rd down. They've gained 5 yards on 1st down, 5 yards on 2nd down. It's now 3rd and 15.
Now, most of the time at Virginia Tech in the past have thrown about a 12-yard pass and try to make a completion. If nothing else, they can kick a field goal and go ahead 10-7. They do not want to try to make a touchdown here. They want to get close enough to kick a field goal or the 1st down.
Snell wide to the right. Linebacker Pat Teague has set up the defense. This is a key 3rd and 15. Hunter in motion. Pretty good protection. The fullback. That is short of a 1st down. Mark Smith made the tackle on Sean Donnelly, the junior out of Fairfax. But it's short of a 1st down. Now, Is it close enough for Kinzer? Apparently so.
Now, that's exactly what I said they would do. They were not going to try to get greedy. They'd rather have 3 points here than no points.
46.5-yard attempt. The holder is Balance. Kinzer, who's had such a remarkable year, 22 of 27 field goal attempts. It appears to have the distance. Right on target, and the Hokies regain the lead. The score at Atlanta: Virginia Tech 7, Virginia Tech 10, North Carolina State 7. And we'll be back to Atlanta right after these messages. A reminder, the Senior Bowl on January 17th from Mobile, Alabama, Ladd Memorial Stadium, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on the Mizzlou Television Network. 15 All-Americans will be in one of the great postseason games. Well, we've had a lot of excitement here, and the first quarter still has a minute and 6 seconds remaining.
North Carolina State coach now is worried about, number one, most important, not to let these guys get down. That was a tremendous drive by Virginia Tech, but it's still only a 10-7 ball game. Long way to go for these two teams.
Kinzer to kick off. In the middle is Russell. On his left is Lowe. On his right is Barnes. Just over a minute to play first quarter. This will be Russell handling his third kickoff from the 9-yard line of the Wolfpack. Good run back out across the 30-yard line with exactly 1 minute and 1 second left to play in the first quarter.
Now, we were watching in the replay before. We watched the kicker get roughed right here. Right there. He hits him. Any part of that kicker that's hit is a 15-yard penalty. They were complaining, but I guess 3 points is better than nothing.
First and 10, NC State. Play action. And it is a first down to Haywood Jeffries, the senior from Greensboro.
Well, that's about time. Kramer had not thrown a football one time in the first quarter, and here we are. They got the number 1 player in the Atlantic Coast Conference, and they were trying to use him as a decoy. Well, that time it wasn't a decoy.
Could it be that they're going to go away from that option-type offense because it appeared that they were being stopped by Virginia Tech's defense? The first and 10 play. Here comes Crumpler, but not very far. Couple of yards to about the 47-yard line. A pickup of about 2. I don't think we can single out any one particular player who stopped that play. Just credit that whole front line of Turner and Mark Webb, the nose tackle, Rick Singleton. This is basically although it's listed as a three-man front, it's basically about a 5-man front. 25 seconds to play. First quarter, clock running, 10-7, Virginia Tech leads. To the air. Got there. Oh, my goodness. I honestly think that Bobby Harrell, a backup tight end, might have been thinking about how far he could go.
Absolutely. Good pass right in his hands. He's going to catch the football and run, but before he can run, you notice how he turned his head. The basic rule for the young people out there is to catch the football first, turn, and then run.
Sean Lucas had the coverage on that, but as it turned out, he didn't need to make a tackle. Here is a third down, and about between 7 and 8. And here comes an all-out blitz, and he has a man out there. Oh, my! That was Ralph Britt, who fell down. He wants a penalty flag drop. Wolfpack fans want a penalty flag dropped, and we're going to look at it again.
I tell you what, it's one way to, depends on who you're for, but these two men, Lucas and Britt, will get inside each other and they trip each other. Now, you can say this, if you're from North Carolina State, it's pass interference. If you're from Virginia Tech, it's a good play. You take your pick.
Holodick has to punt to Billy Myers, who is inside the 20-yard line. That was almost blocked. Myers back at the 9-yard line of the Hokies. And right now, I think we have two of the most fired-up football teams I've seen in a long, long time on the final play of the first quarter. The score, Virginia Tech 10, North Carolina State 7. Lee, you felt that the ball would be moving today, and it certainly lived up to expectations. 17 points on the board at the end of the first quarter.
Remember, Virginia Tech had only given up 21 points in the entire year in the first quarter. So that game, that part's going to form.
Everett in motion. Here's Eddie Hunter. Short yardage. Let's see who hit him out of bounds. Mark Smith, the Kannapolis junior. The mark will be around the 19-yard line. A pretty good gain, almost 5 yards on first down.
But that was a nice play by 93, Ray Agnew. He's a pure freshman, which means that he's a legitimate freshman. Last year at this time, he was in high school. He was Atlantic Coast Conference Player of the Year as a freshman, 93.
Out of Winston-Salem, second down 5. Hunter again. Nothing there. Great team defense. Steve Grad, what do you have to report from the field?
Well, just this way. I know you gave your definition of a Hokie, but I'm going to get it officially. You're the Fighting Gobblers officially. Why are you the Hokies?
Well, Hokies is it's a word that rhymed. It just rhymed with another word in a cheer that was made up way back when, and it just became popular, a nickname.
Before you went to Virginia Tech, did you know what a Hokie was?
No, I didn't know at all. I had to come here to find out.
Now the country knows what it is.
Okay, Steve, third down 4. Virginia Tech just short of their own 20. Second quarter just underway. Chapman. Did he hold on to it? Steve Johnson, the tight end. He did. Boy, that's concentration.
Absolutely. Dick Sheridan right there is saying to himself, now we got to try to back him up. Now you watch Steve Johnson, number 87, as the quarterback Chapman retreats. He delays, which means he comes under late. See him come under late? But I like the way he caught the ball with his hands and then put it away and protected it. Excellent play by Steve Johnson.
Williams back in at tailback. The fullback is Donnelly. Donnelly. Both teams are beginning to adjust a little bit to the other team's offense.
What happens in a ball game like this, they also upstairs start to chart it. They chart 1st and 10, and they get a tendency on people. They're going to have to start breaking some of those tendencies, particularly Virginia Tech, and throw the ball on 1st and 10.
Gain of 3, second down 7. Just joined us, Virginia Tech leading North Carolina State 10-7 from the New Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Second quarter just underway. Chapman. Oh, great play by Michael Brooks, the free safety. What a play. I thought that receiver was absolutely going to get the football.
You know, he was wide open, and this is what happened. They have a hole in the defense, and you watch Chapman right there. He turn his shoulders real well, but he telegraphs it a little bit too much. Means he lets him know where he's going to throw it, and 32, Brooks gets a great jump on it. But the thing I like about that play is the way he reached up at the point. Now watch, the quarterback right there telegraphs he's going to throw it. Now watch the very height of the pass. Number 32, Brooks makes a great interception.
That's only the 7th time that Chapman's been intercepted this season. Score, 10-7. Virginia Tech leads NC State. We'll be back after these messages. Frank Harris, the fullback, is Kreit. One wide receiver, 2 tight ends, ball at the 50, and there goes Kreit. About an 8-yard pickup to the 41-yard line, or perhaps 42.
Now, as you're watching this play, you watch the hole open up, because what you do is watch. He fakes like he's going to toss the ball to the tailback, but then he hands the ball to Kreit, who reads the defensive line and then breaks it back. That's a basic belly play made famous by Woody Hayes at Ohio State.
Gain of 8, second down 2, 42-yard line of Virginia Tech. Trying to figure out what Kramer wanted to do. Did he miss the handoff to Kreit?
No, what he did is he was reading the option play. In other words, the fullback went in there and he was trying to read to take the ball out. But you watch number 83, Nelson, come in and blitz and make the play. Now watch 83 will come in from the top of your picture right here, and he messes up everything, see? He gets to him before he has a chance to read the option.
Paul Nelson was the leading tackler with over 100 during the regular season. Now it's third down and 4 at the 44-yard line of Virginia Tech. A little bit of a cushion, and result, boy, Worthen made a good move, and he's just in inside the 35-yard line. There's a key third down.
Absolutely. That play was done on an automatic system. If you'll see, why is he wide open? They had 4 receivers, and he picked out by a number which one he was going to throw to. That's why he was wide open. You say, well, the Virginia Tech coach is about to be crazy to let that guy open. But they can't cover everybody.
Billy Myers made the tackle at the 35-yard line of Virginia Tech. Big pitch, and there goes that fullback. That play's working well for them now. Fright.
The reason why that play is working so good, Ray, is because the tailback is making them think he's going to go outside. Watch. They fake the ball to Harris by the pitch out, and everybody starts running that way, and then he just cuts it right back. It's a basic principle off the I formation that if you key the tailback, the fullback will kill you.
And Bill Leach, the tackle, made a great block that time to set up a 2nd down and 3. 28-yard line of Virginia Tech. Well, I guess they're saying if they can't stop it, let's keep running it.
Absolutely. Now, that's a little different kind of play, Ray, where that's the option play, where he just drives him right in there quickly up the middle. The secret in defending the I formation is you must key the fullback and not the tailback, because he'll take you to 90% of the plays.
Kright has done very well up until this point, the fullback for the North Carolina State Wolfpack. Incidentally, he appeared to be just inches short of a first down. Our referee, John Nealon, just looked over and signaled 3rd down, but it's no more than inches for a first down at the 25-yard line of Virginia Tech. Sneak. And if he only needed inches, it's obvious that Kramer has the first down. We'll see if it's going to be signaled as such or whether there will indeed be a measurement. No, first down.
You'll watch Nelson here, number 83, like he's going to fake the blitz. The reason he does that is to try to draw the offside. He almost did. I'm not so sure they didn't move before the play.
First down play. Kright again, but this time that front line was waiting for Kright, led by Joe Turner.
Ray, they went to the well one too many times, and they went to it on the same situation, 1st and 10. They need to mix up their calls a little bit because it looks like they're getting in a pattern, and the defensive signal caller upstairs has got a chart.
Now, Danny Peebles has checked in, replacing Worthen as a wide receiver. Comes out to the left. 2nd down, 9, 24-yard line of Virginia Tech. 9:41 to play in the half. 10-7 Virginia Tech. And, oh, did they cover the tailback very well. Led by Sean Lucas, the strong safety. He had some help, but Sean Lucas really read that beautifully.
But it's a great...
Frank Harris was the carrier, and Lucas made the first hit.
Great picture of a defense on how to play the defense. Excuse me, Ray. Lucas, number 55, comes up and makes the play. What they've decided to do, it looks like North Carolina State, is to run the option on as an automatic. Now, here's those 4 receivers again, Ray.
Now, loss of 1, so it's 3rd and 10 at the 25-yard line of Virginia Tech. All-out blitz. This is Worthen. This is a touchdown. There was great composure under pressure by Eric Kramer.
Worthen. As he comes across the middle, it's man-for-man coverage. It's a great play, as you said, by Kramer. He adjusted the ball. You notice how he came back to the ball, made the catch, and then took off. He's a great player, and their clutch player. Number 1 clutch man they got.
So now the try for the extra point by Mike Cofer. On target. I see no flags. And so the score from the New Peach Bowl in Atlanta. North Carolina State 14, Virginia Tech 10. We'll be right. Well, Lee Corso, is the game adding up to everything that you expected?
You'll see 2 axes of this, 2 angles of this. Watch number 1, Kramer. He gets a great pressure right there. He avoids one, steps up in a pocket, and throws the ball. Now, you'll watch Worthen come across the middle and score a touchdown. This play was made possible by excellent play by Kramer, and watch number 39 and 31 put the pressure on him, but he avoids one, steps forward and throws a wounded duck, but it still counts for a touchdown. It's a little wobbly, but it's still worth 7.
So Mike Kofer will kick off. 9 plays, 50 yards, a couple of key third down plays in that drive, which I guess in the long run is a pretty good yardstick for how a quarterback is doing. Hunter and Williams are deep for Virginia Tech. 8:55 to play first half. Virginia Tech scored first. A block punt by NC State was turned into a tying touchdown. Then a field goal by Virginia Tech. Now the touchdown pass. This is Hunter at the goal line. 10. To the 25-yard line. So Virginia Tech will start from its own 25, and we go to Steve Graham.
Thank you, Ray. I was just talking to Swallow Rawthorne here. He said he gave his man a little outside fake, then went to the post. The ball was wobbly. He did what a good receiver does when he sees his man under pressure. He came back for that wobbly ball. It turned into 7 points. This man did it exactly like the textbook says.
And result is the first lead of the game for the Wolfpack. Now Virginia Tech. Chapman at quarterback from the Tech 25. Everett in motion. And here comes Williams. About a 3-yard pickup between 3 and 4. First man to make contact for the Wolfpack, Fred Stone out of Richland, New Jersey. That play came with 8:30 to play in the first half. Second down, 7. Everett comes out. Snell comes out. Jamison is out to the left. Richardson is out to the left. Richardson came in motion. Very short yardage this time for tailback Maurice Williams. 1,000-yard plus runner during the regular season.
North Carolina State is now doing a better job of defending the tailback because they're defending it from the inside out and not leaving so many wide open gaps in there. That's important. Defend the I formation from the inside out.
Third down and about 6. Third and about 6. Everett started in motion. Chapman. Ball tipped. Intercepted. Taylor. Derek Taylor has picked it off. A tipped ball. So the second interception of the game by the Wolfpack defense of a Chapman pass. And he was intercepted only 6 times during the regular season. So here in Atlanta, the score 14-10. NC State leads Virginia Tech. We'll be back after these messages. The reminder. We're going to have the East-West game for you, but we're also going to have a key replay for you right now.
Watch number 50 come over to the inside. Teague is the number 1 pass defender. The ball is tipped in the air, and number 5 reaction is excellent. Derek Taylor. Taylor has blocked the punt. Now, look at that, Chapman. Don't worry, Chapman. It's a long game, and being a former quarterback, I know exactly how he feels. But there's a long game, young man.
As a result of the interception, NC State first and 10, 46-yard line of Virginia Tech. Worthen is to the right. Jeffries to the left. In motion, Britt. Wide open. First down inside the 30. Haywood Jeffries, Greensboro senior.
Well, this isn't a great play because what do? They fake that play. Remember that fullback play they were running all the time on first and 10? That's good because now they faked it and they hit right where those linebackers should be with Jeffries. The secret to that play was they faked that play they were running on first and 10 and threw the ball to the guy right behind the area where the linebackers were.
At the 27-yard line of Virginia Tech. Just over 7 minutes to play in the half. NC State on the move as a result of a second interception by the Wolfpack defense. Inside the 25 came Frank Harris. He hails from Hampton, Virginia, and he was met by Jamel Adjemi, the linebacker from Hollywood, Florida. Gain 3 yards. Second down 7. Now we'll have Bobby Crumpler, who started at tailback, coming back in. That was Adjemi there, who made the tackle, number 41. A 2nd and 7 play for the Wolfpack. Crumpler now the tailback. Creit stays in at fullback. 2nd and 7 play. This is the same young man who caught the big pass a minute ago, Haywood Jeffries. Boy, they're running great routes.
Absolutely. And one of the things they're doing well now is they're faking the ball. Notice he faked it, come back. Now the secret to being a good offensive receiver is how many yards you make after you catch it. He breaks a tackle, goes forward, protects the football. Number 47, Jeffries, a good play. Now watch. He looks like he's going to the inside. He turns, catches. Now watch. Turn and break it. That's the way to go. He breaks the tackle by Myers and goes forward.
First down, just shy of the 10-yard line of Virginia Tech. NC State leading 14-10. And here goes Crumpler. And there is the defense. Short gain to about the 7-yard line. A pickup of about 3. This offensive line, Bill Leach, Lenny Schultz, Chuck Massaro, Johnny Smith, Joey Page. They've been using 2 tight ends much of the time, Britt and Fisher.
The reason they're using the 2 tight ends, Ray, is to balance the defense. Now, they also like to use 2 tight ends here and run the option play as an automatic near the goal line.
Again, the single wide receiver. Jeffries out to the left. 2nd down at the 7-yard line. Now, they could pick up a first down. There goes Crumpler. Stop at about the 5. It'll be 3rd. Not 3rd and goal. This drive started just outside the 10-yard line. Clock running. 5 minutes to play, first half. NC State several moments ago picked up its first lead of the game. Now we're going to have a new defensive lineman checking in for Virginia Tech. Mark Webb was out of the game. He's coming back in at nose guard. Now out of split backs. Harris and Creit. A 3rd down play. Wide open. I think that was one of the tight ends, Ralph Britt. Yes. There was great protection that time, which allowed him to pick out his tight end.
Absolutely. It was a half roll, which meant the quarterback rolled was left. Watch him now. He turns his shoulders. See that fundamentally? He turned his shoulders. They had all kinds of people crossing. The man for men got picked off, and number 84, Britt, cost a touchdown. Now watch the way he turns his shoulders. This is what you got to like fundamentally. He watches, good blocking there by Grit, and now, boom. You notice 2 men, 5 and 38, round 1. One of those guys made a mistake.
Now from behind the kicker, Mike Cofer. He's on target once again. So now the score changes. Biggest lead of the game for either team. North Carolina State 21, Virginia Tech 10. I have heard of services being performed for the fans, but we have a marriage proposal up on the scoreboard here that has been accepted.
Now watch number 5 and number 38, Lucas and Rice. That's the key. They're both on the same guy. You see that? And that leaves number 84, Britt, wide open. One of those 2 men was supposed to cover 84, but the crossing patterns confused them.
So Dick Sheridan, as of right now, has to be a pretty happy man as Cofer kicks off. Short kick. Went out of bounds. And that could mean a 5-yard penalty. No, there was a message up on the board that Wesley in row so-and-so, seat so-and-so, wants to know if she'll marry me, okay? Total offense. Isn't that something? 161 apiece. But turnovers, they drive coaches to other professions.
Absolutely. And it's now Bill Dooley is thinking right now, we cannot allow this football team, North Carolina State, to get too far ahead of us because we're not a come-from-behind team with that tailback. So he's got to keep his composure, and I know he will, to try to get this to 21-17 at halftime and come back, or 21-13, either one.
I have to complete the marriage proposal. Wesley proposed, and Pam in seat so-and-so, row so-and-so, said yes.
Are you sure?
That's what it said up there. I'm only repeating what I'm reading off the scoreboard.
Wouldn't you love to see one of those times when Pam said no?
Yeah.
That would be a classic.
Oh, well. At any rate, 21-10 is the score. The Wolfpack leading the Hokies. Time to play in the first half. 4 minutes, 31 seconds after the 5-yard penalty for the kick out of bounds. Kofor kicks off from the 30. Williams and Hunter have moved up to the Virginia Tech 10. Boy, there's a good kick. 2-yard line. Williams. It's about a 22-yard run back. Now let's see what the strategy is here at Virginia Tech. Do you try to get everything back at once?
No, absolutely not, because number one, they're not capable of doing it with their personnel and their philosophy. Most important thing is to move the ball closely down the field, and if you get a chance, go on to kick a field goal or try to keep the clock moving. North Carolina State is so dangerous, Bill's thinking right there, that I can't afford to give these guys the ball much more.
Snell and Everett out wide to the right. The fullback is Donnelly. 24-yard line of Virginia Tech. There goes Hunter. Oh, he met one of the linebackers. That was Pat Teague, who leads the Wolfpack in tackles. Steve Grad, I think you have somebody special.
Absolutely, Ray. What would a bowl game be without a queen? This is Laura Hammond. You saw her at the top of the show. What does the bowl queen do?
The Bowl Queen's purpose mainly is to promote the Peach Bowl and make lots of money for the Peach Bowl. So I'm going to be working real hard this year, so ticket sales will go up and we'll make lots of money.
Who do you want to win this game?
Oh, I don't really mind who wins. I'm not a fan of either one. I just want them to both do great and have a great game.
Thank you, Laura.
Thanks.
Second down 8. And here comes Hunter after finding the handle of the ball. And that's good enough for first down yardage, and he broke a couple of tackles along the way. So the chains will move. We'll keep our eye here in the clock, Lee, because it could become rather important here with a team that's basically run-oriented like Virginia Tech, and just about 3.5 minutes left to play in the half. A first down at the 37-yard line of Virginia Tech. Eric Chapman, the junior from Landover, Maryland, directing the Hokies. And on first down, might have gotten a yard or so, but was there that good of coverage in the secondary?
Yes, it was not only good coverage in the secondary, he did a smart thing there. When he saw he had to run, he immediately ran out of bounds. He gave up 2 more yards, but he stopped that clock that you mentioned just a minute ago, which is the most important thing they're going against right now, is not only North Carolina State's defense, but that 3 minutes and 21 seconds.
We knew sooner or later the wave would put in its appearance here in Atlanta, and it has. But meanwhile, it's 2nd and 9, Virginia Tech. And in motion was Richardson. Pass is complete, and there's a first down run by Maurice Williams. So out of the backfield comes Williams, and that should be enough for a first down.
Chapman will roll out to his left again. He squares his shoulders. He hits the tailback in the flat. Now, he runs right through number 53, Smith. Smith should have had that tackle, but it was more on Williams' great play than the poor play by Smith. Williams is a determined runner, and he gets better as the game goes along.
He has to be around 100 yards already because he had one 77-yarder on their first play from scrimmage. First down, 49-yard line of Virginia Tech. Williams gets away from one. Boy, that was only about a 3-yard pickup, but that was a great run.
They had absolutely the perfect defense against that option. Gay comes up number 4 and to make the tackle, but watch Williams avoid him here. Now, 53 will move over to his outside. Now watch this. That's Mark Smith moving to his left. The quarterback comes down. The defensive coordinator's got him in perfect position, but whoop, he misses him, and he goes forward. The key to this attack so far is that they're not doing anything special, just what they do best.
Second down, 7. Here's Hunter breaking tackles. It's a question of speed. Finally, the containment was made by Nelson Jones. He kept that from being a touchdown.
Now watch this. He makes a good break right here to the right. Now he'll cut it back all the way across and gets good blocking on the backside. Now watch him make a great break to the left. Now notice he changed the ball to his left hand. That was a tremendous coaching point right there for Hunter.
First and 10, 24-yard line of the Wolfpack. Boy, that ball just got there in time, but unable to hold on to it.
He
because of a good hit by Derek Taylor. Donald Wayne Snell. Now, he's a great receiver.
He's a great receiver, but I did the Boston College game the other night. This almost cost him a game. The reason is the ball is in the air so long that Derek Taylor almost intercepts that ball. If he ever gets one of those, Ray, it's Katie bar the door, 80 yards for a touchdown. Nice play by Taylor.
The incomplete pass stopped the clock with 1:56 to play in the first half, and North Carolina State leading 21-10. But the Hokies on the move with a 2nd and 10 at the Wolfpack 24. 2 wide receivers to the right. That was Richardson in motion. To the 21-yard line goes Chapman before he ran into, is that John Adletta he ran into there? Loveland, Ohio linebacker. Sandy Key gained 3 yards. Here's another key 3rd down.
Key 3rd down, but remember that we talked about what they would do, Ray, when we were back down on the 25. They've done exactly what I thought they would do. They moved relentlessly down the field, no panic, just get yourself a field goal if nothing else, because you want to be behind by at least no more than 8 at halftime.
Everett just brought in the message and is in the slot to the right. 3rd and 7. Everett in motion. Chapman getting pressure. A big hit on Williams. Let's get the number. That was Nelson Jones, the left cornerback. Short of a 1st down, but inside the 20.
North Carolina State will bring the full inside blitz. Watch those linebackers. Teague and Coombs go after him. He hits number 2, Williams, but up comes number 32, Brooks. That was man-to-man coverage, or else he wouldn't have been there that close. But here calls a timeout to make sure they got all their offensive players in there. And let's get 3. It'll be 21-13. We're only down by 8. Everything is in good shape. That's what Dooley's thinking right now.
So with 52 seconds left in the half, it appears that Kinzer will have about a 36-yard field goal attempt coming up. He's already been on target on his only attempt. I'm trying to remember what the yardage was on that field goal earlier. Was that about 46 yards?
Now, Sheridan right there is talking about, number 1 thing, watch the fake. Now, you say to me they won't fake it, but offensively, this is a perfect time to fake it because everybody thinks you're going to kick it. So Dick Sheridan, the last thing he's telling them is don't rush the kicker without somebody covering the fake.
That is a gobbler we just saw. Although they are no longer the Gobblers, they are now the Hokies. 4th down, 5 for a 1st down. 19-yard line of the Wolfpack, Virginia Tech.
It goes to show you what I know. They're going for it.
They're going for it.
All right.
They must know something. 4th and 5. It does not pay off. Ray Agnew, the young man you mentioned earlier, the freshman from Winston-Salem, drops Chapman.
Now they'll put a full blitz on him again as the quarterback tries to roll out. Here comes Coombs, number 34. Here comes 53, Smith. Here comes Agnew. He makes the play. The reason why I'm saying that was not a good call, and not because it didn't work, is because if you get 3, at least you go in on a high. Here they're going in on a low, and they're down 11.
The sack came at the 28-yard line of the Wolfpack with 47 seconds left in the half. And the Wolfpack on top by 11 here in Atlanta. Harris is stopped. Good defensive play by Joe Turner. Loss of about a yard. But right now, I think that's the least concern of the Wolfpack. They just want to make sure they hold on to the ball, don't make any big mistake.
Correct. And that's one of the reasons why that Sheridan right there is very, very happy the fact that they didn't go for that field goal, because he's looking up there and he sees 11-point lead. That means a touchdown and a field goal will just tie him.
Marty Carricker is in at fullback, but this is Harris, the tailback. No gain. And barring a timeout, that will be the final play of the first half, and it was Billy Myers who made the initial contact from his right corner position. So we're down to the end of the first half here at the New Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia. The score, North Carolina State 21, Virginia Tech 10. We'll be back after these messages.
North Carolina State leading Virginia Tech. I'm Steve Grad with Lee Corso. Ray Scott will be back here in just a minute. And I'll tell you what, Lee, this game has had a lot of ebbs and flows.
Yes, and we just like at the top of the show we talked about, neither team can stop each other, and it's been a great highlights, and you'll see some great highlights here.
On the Sony Halftime Highlight Show.
The opening play is Williams going, he gets a great block by Jones, and he's caught by Taylor, number 5, at the very, very end of this great run. What a way to start the ball game right there. Williams going 77 yards.
And Virginia Tech does get him a few plays later.
Hunter, number 45, who runs the ISO play, gets a touchdown. But watch number 5, Taylor, comes unblocked, blocks the punt. They recovered for a touchdown, and a ball game now changed complexion. Now here is a great play by Kramer. Avoids one man, hits Worthen coming across the middle, and it's all over. 17's a game breaker. Here's the touchdown rolling out. You watch the quarterback gets good pressure, boom, throws it, a guy's wide open because number 38 and number 5 made a defensive mistake, and they both covered the same man.
Okay, so that's how you see the score. 21-10 North Carolina State. We'll return with the second half at the new Peach Bowl right after this message.
NC State with a 21-10 lead. Now, when we look at the statistics, which will be coming up here in just a second, I think there's one that's going to really stand out. Turnovers.
Absolutely. The 2 turnovers by Virginia Tech have helped North Carolina State get ahead in this ball game. You notice Virginia Tech is moving the ball effectively. That's part of their plan, to keep the ball away from North Carolina State. But they had those 2 turnovers, and it really hurt them.
We knew that Virginia Tech would be ground-oriented, and of course that statistic stood out as well. Remember, at the start of the game, the toss was won by Virginia Tech, but they deferred to the second half. So, Lee, I want to ask you this as a coach. I've always felt as a broadcaster that the first possession of the second half told an awful lot. And in this case, I think in particular, because with Virginia Tech behind, if they can move the ball and score on the opening drive of the second half, I think it'll tell us an awful lot about the outcome of the game.
Absolutely. And one of the things also, if you'll notice right there, results, is that by the turnovers, they get those different plays, they can move the ball forward. Now, what you were saying is very important, except one other thing I might add, Ray. The first 2 possessions. First time on offense, first time on defense. If Virginia Tech's going to win this football game, they've got to win it with their defense. They've got to shut down North Carolina State, and that man, Dick Sheridan, right there, they've got to shut him down so they can catch him up with defense, not try to outscore him, because if they try to outscore him, they're going to lose the game.
21-10, North Carolina State leading. Mike Cofer will kick off to that tandem of Maurice Williams and Eddie Hunter. Williams number 2, Eddie Hunter number 45. Williams had that spectacular, whoa, talk about pulchritude in Atlanta. Oh,
there's nothing like a Georgia peach.
A bevy of beauties, and we're ready for the second half. Cofer's kick. This will be Eddie Hunter at the 1. What a tackle by North Carolina State's Jim Lowe. Whew. I don't know about the rest of the Wolfpack, Lee, but Mr. Lowe is certainly fired up.
We want to know who talked to him. I tell you what, he came flat out there. But that's all right. That's not going to hurt Virginia Tech that much because they've got a kind of a slow, methodical movement anyhow. But look at that group. They're all fired up. Remember, the first 2 series are very important here.
The fullback is Jones. Split backs now, not the I formation. That's Everett in motion. Ernie Jones picks up short yardage to about the 13-yard line. The new Peach Bowl taken over by the Atlanta Chamber of Commerce, a sellout. Only the 3rd time since the bowl got underway back in 1968.
Boy, they did a great job. Their Peach Bowl did a great job. Look at the crowd. Also, besides the Fiesta Bowl, they're the only 2 bowls that have beaten every other bowl team.
There goes Hunter. Very close to a first. Pardon me, it was Ernie Jones, not Hunter. Ernie Jones. Now the ball, this series started just short of the 10. It will be spotted at the just beyond the 18, so it's 3rd and about 1. Jones had during 86, as we mentioned earlier, he was not one of the prime ball carriers.
In the I formation, you got to have a very unselfish team player at fullback, and that's what Jones is.
A key 3rd and 1. Everett again in motion. a keeper. Oh, this is going to be close. Very, very close. Eric Chapman, Jr., Landover, Maryland. Dick Sheridan has a rather nonchalant attitude right about now.
Yeah, but I tell you what, he's got a record. Look at that record. 77 wins, 25 losses, and 3 ties. The Atlantic Coast Conference Coach of the Year in his first year.
And Chapman gets a key first down for Virginia Tech. Now Donald Wayne Snell comes out to the left. Everett leaves the game. In motion comes Richardson. First down play. Ball got there in time. The forward progress will be marked about 2 yards shy of a first down at the 28-yard line, where, among others, Nelson Jones and Mark Smith make the stop.
This is a good call because it's a first down play and they expect a run. Nice little down and out by Snell. He turns. The only thing different here that I would recommend is start moving forward, young man, because when you do that, whoop, it hurts. All those guys get you.
Brian Gay couldn't quite get there in time. Now, we should point out, for those of you who missed the early stages of the game, that strong safety Chris Johnson suffered an injury, and Brian Gay has replaced him at that spot for NC State. Now, Everett goes in motion. Second and about 2. Big hole. Oh, Williams has a first down and a lot more out to the 34-yard line. Now, here's a drive that started at the 10. It's picking up momentum. It's out to the Virginia Tech 34-yard line.
Well, you'll see a nice hole here because this is a counteraction. Watch, the tailback will take 2 steps to the right to get those linebackers to flow, and he comes down. Number 70 makes a good block, and it's moving the ball down the field. Remember, patience. Patience, Virginia Tech. You got plenty of time.
21-10 NC State. Third quarter just underway. First and 10. Virginia Tech 34. With a run on first down. Big, strong Maurice Williams gets across to about the 38-yard line, where he's met by, among others, Ray Agnew. We've been mentioning Agnew's name a lot today, and he's only a freshman.
And he's a true freshman. Again, I brought that up. Remember, that's not a redshirt freshman. That means last year at this time he was in high school, and he's now playing in his first bowl game.
Randy Jamison checks in, a wide receiver. A senior out of Coldwood, West Virginia. Everett is off wide to the left. Second down, 7 play. Chapman to Williams. Another first down. And the Hokies have something going as Derek Taylor made the tackle.
And it's a beautiful play because they isolated number 2 Williams on the linebacker number 53 Mark Smith. Now if you watch, he'll fake a bootleg. Watch number 53 Smith try to cover Williams number 2. No way. A perfect mismatch you see in pro football all the time. Now you'll see the defensive backfield is starting to move back and play in a zone, but the secret to this play was the isolation on 2 on number 53, and you can't cover them. Great call by Virginia Tech.
First and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Richardson, the man in motion. Here's a first down play. Donnelly, the fullback.
Now watch number 25 sneak out of the backfield. This is Donnelly. They've got him in the game because he can catch the ball better than Jones. Now watch, 53 Smith lets him go. Same kind of isolation. Donnelly has caught the ball and moving forward. A nice drive and good mixture, run and pass.
Mark Smith made the tackle, but it's another first down. 41-yard line of NC State. Here comes Williams. Running hard. If I judge the official signal there, he did not get out of bounds. The clock is continuing to run.
You notice what they did that time. They put their strength into the short field, and then they come into the short field with the run. And number 40, Sterling Rash comes in, the linebacker. Now, the secret behind this drive so far is that Virginia Tech is moving the ball what they do best and not worried about North Carolina State.
Second down and about 4 just inside the 35 of the Wolfpack. Incomplete. Now there was pretty good pressure that time on Chapman. It was intended for Everett at the 30-yard line. It would have been good enough for a first down.
But as you said, the pressure came from Key, number 99, from the inside, and he got into the space. What Virginia Tech has got to be very careful here is they don't want to do anything to turn the ball over and give North Carolina State the momentum back again.
That was Sandy Key of Clinton, North Carolina. Third down, about 4, and the messenger is Richardson, a freshman from Richmond. NC State 4 of 8, but now it's Virginia Tech with a key 3rd and 4. Richardson again in motion. Pressure. There is a big defensive play by Brian Bullock and Ray Agnew. Bullock, a senior from Fayetteville, and Agnew from Winston-Salem.
The best way to get a quarterback and stop his passing attack is put the pass rush. Number 94, Bullock, who, by the way, remember, scored that touchdown, comes up with another big play with Agnew there.
Now, Tony Romero, who had a punt block for a touchdown, is in now on 4th down and 10. That last play lost 6 yards. And Worthen is back inside the 10-yard line for NC State. No pressure this time. Hangs it high. Fair catch at the 12-yard line. Boy, that's the advantage of having a fellow with sure hands back there.
Well, that scares a coach. It scares a coach, but he can do it.
21-10. North Carolina State leads Virginia Tech. We'll be back. Offensive series and now defensive series has a lot to do with the outcome of the game.
Very important right here.
12-yard line of NC State. And about a yard lost. Bobby Crumpler was really met by Jamel Ajemi. Will I pronounce Ajemi? I knew I would miss that up. I'm sorry. Jamel from Hollywood, Florida.
Did you notice I didn't try to pronounce his name till after you did?
Loss of 2. 2nd down 12. Fullback is Crite. Crite is behind the quarterback now. 2nd and 12. Little delay. Crite. Nowhere. Oh, this Tech defense is fired.
Absolutely, and one of the reasons why they're fired up is North Carolina State is down by the Virginia Tech fans. And they're really pumping this defense up right back in that left-hand corner back there.
Forward progress, the 11. 3rd down, 11. Worthen to the right. Peebles to the right. Will they give it to the fullback on 3rd and 11? No. Kramer. A lot of time. A super tackle was made by Ajemi. So the Tech defense really does a job.
Absolutely, and Tech played zone that time, and let number 17, Worthington, come across, and he made a good tackle on it.
Now, Holodeck, the punter. Billy Myers, the punt returner. Flag down. Myers at his own 40. I think this will be called back. How can you coach when you want to put pressure on the punter, Lee? How do you try to avoid what happened right there running into that kicker?
First thing you do is when you put the punt block, you tell them to go for an area, be in front of the kicker. Now watch number 34, Jones, come from the right hand of your picture. Now dive in front of him, not right at him. See, there's no way he could have got that.
So the ball will come back. If you were otherwise engaged and just turned on your television set, we're at the new Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia. North Carolina State is leading Virginia Tech 21-10. Along with Lee Corso and Steve Grad, I'm Ray Scott. We hope you're enjoying this holiday season and that you're enjoying our game today on the Ms. Lou Television Network. And there's Coach Bill Dooley, and he has reason right now to be very concerned because his team was about to get great field position, trailing by 11. But instead of that, running into the kicker. Now, there can be 2 stages of this. It can be running into or roughing.
If it's running into, it's only a 5-yard penalty, and they'll have to punt the ball again. If it's roughing, it's a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down. I think this is called running into, which will make it 4th down and an inch. You'll have to punt the ball again.
It is going to be short. It is going to be short. So,
5 yards.
in effect, this is a
running
break
into
for
the kicker
Virginia
foul.
Tech.
It'll be
If I was
fourth
Coach
down and
Dooley, I
6
would not
inches.
try to block this punt. I would try to get the ball in the middle of the field and get a drive in and score.
So Holodeck will punt. 7:38 to play in what has been a scoreless third quarter. It's still 21-10 as it was at halftime with the Wolfpack leading. Myers is now standing at his own 42-yard line. Billy Myers. Good snap from center. Oh, what a punt. All the way back inside the 25. Holodeck really proves how important a good kicker can be to a team. The score in Atlanta. North Carolina State 21. Virginia Tech 10. Of Pam and Wesley right after this play. We want to alert our viewers. 1st and 10. Virginia Tech, their own 27-yard line. Everett in motion. There goes Eddie Hunter. And that's a first down run before Derek Taylor made the tackle. Now, Steve, tell us about Wes and Pam. There was a fumble, and there's a fumble as just before Hunter hit the turf, and NC State has its third turnover of the game. Steve, we'll have to hold on a minute here.
Now, this is a misdirection play. Hunter will go to his left and then go back to his right. He gets a good block here by number 79, Clapp, but now he gets hit right here from the blind side and drops the football. One of the worst things that can happen to you now is to panic. If you could do anything, just don't let North Carolina State get a tough one. There's 3 turnovers for Virginia Tech.
41-yard line of Virginia Tech, and Kramer goes to the air. And he hits his wide receiver, Naz Worthen, at the 28-yard line of Virginia Tech. So nothing conservative now about Coach Sheridan's approach.
No, in fact, one of the things you do after recovering a fumble is to go immediately to your number man, Worthen, right there. Now, one of the secrets right here for Virginia Tech is they're might have to put the pressure on him and try to sack the quarterback, which means they might give up a quick touchdown.
Mac Jones is wide to the left in place of Worthen. Oh, a great hit. A great hit by Adjemi. No gain.
Now watch Adjemi. That's what I was talking about. They might have to take a change. Here comes a chance. Here comes a quick blitz. Boom. They guessed right, and he made the play. The problem with blitzing down here is that you leave number 17 one-on-one or 47 Jeffries, and it's all over.
Jeffries to the right. Jones to the left. 2nd down, 10 at the 29-yard line of Virginia Tech. I think Kramer might be making a change right now. There's the option play. They haven't used that since early. Fumble! Still no indication which team has recovered, and for a very good reason. They haven't been able to untangle people yet. Dick Sheridan certainly interested. Virginia Tech. Now there's the first Wolfpack turnover.
Boy, this is a great idea. Anytime you're running the option to the left, you've got to carry the ball in the left hand. See that? By carrying the ball in the left hand, it's more difficult to control. And that's why Kramer fumbled the football.
Wiley was right there. Carter Wiley, the free safety, but we'll wait till after the game's over to find out for sure who recovered. The important thing from a Virginia Tech standpoint is the Hokies have it. Their own 27.5, 1st and 10, 6:14 to play, third quarter. Everett in motion. Something happened. The whistle blew just before the snap of the football. Now, one of the officials is talking with Eric Chapman, the Landover, Maryland junior quarterback. Steve, the saga of Wes and Pam.
Love at the Peach Bowl, Ray. All right, Wes, what gave you the idea to propose to Pam here at the Peach Bowl on the scoreboard?
I just want to do something exciting, something different.
Were you surprised?
Very much so. I had no idea he was going to come up with something like this. I'd asked him not to do it with the crowd. I didn't want to be the center of attention, and obviously I didn't get my wish.
What would have happened if she'd have said no?
I don't know. She said she would say no if I did it in front of this many people.
Love won out. Listen, congratulations, and
Thank you
we know
very
we're all
much.
pulling for it.
Thanks.
5-yard penalty, illegal procedure, 1st and 15. But still, it's Williams running. Well, he got back about 5 yards before Mark Smith made the tackle. That'll bring up a 2nd down and perhaps 11. 6 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. We had a 31-point first half, but a scoreless 3rd quarter.
The defensive coaches have done a great job from upstairs of changing their defensive concepts as the offense keeps changing.
Kent Winstead, a defensive tackle, checks in for NC State. 2nd down, 11. Boy, Everett's covered a lot of yards in motion. Great fake. And very close to a 1st down is Donald Wayne Snell. Boy, that looked like a pitch, didn't it?
You watch the quarterback fake that toss play and then come right back to Snell. The reason he fakes that play is to get everybody running to the left so he can throw the ball back to his left. And Snell makes a good play. And now, the difference this time in Snell is that he goes forward and delivers a blow. Remember, in the first part of the ball game, he took that hit. He learned something.
Now for the Hokies, Rodney Varney, backup tight end, just went into the lineup. 3rd and about 2 for a 1st down. Williams has to get it, and he does. Oh, he's a hard runner. Well, beyond the 40-yard line, it's a Hokie 1st down. They're piling up tremendous edge in rushing yardage, but trail by 11.
That's right. That's in their game plan. Remember, they're doing what they do best. Watch number 2 here, Williams, as he gets the football on a toss play. Now watch his left shoulder. This is the secret of delivering a blow. Watch. He'll drop his left shoulder. Bow! He hits his left shoulder and knocks Cruz back and gets forward. The left shoulder was the secret right there.
1st and 10, Virginia Tech 42. Richardson, the man in motion. Looks like a 1st down pass play. Fake to the short man. But a very tough 1 yard for Eric Chapman. Pretty good coverage in the secondary, apparently.
Right. What they tried to do that time, they tried to beat number 21 Jones deep with Snell, number 82. There's good pass protection here, and he runs the football and gets hit as they swarm. Now remember, the one thing that Virginia Tech has got to be careful about is not to panic yet. It's not time. I'll tell you when it's time to panic. Right now, everything's going their way.
Okay, Coach. 2nd and 10, 42-yard line of Virginia Tech. Split backs, no I formation. Everett in motion. Incomplete. It would not have been enough for a 1st down. He wanted to hit Eddie Hunter. But this is going to bring up a very critical 3rd and 10 now, with the clock having stopped with 4:23 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Most of the time on 3rd down, they've been looking for Donald Wayne Snell somewhere curling across in the middle. And that's what Coach Dooley's talking about right there. Look, 70, not a bad record. The only thing, I hate to correct those guys, but it's 131 wins, 91 losses, and 3 ties. That's what his all-time record is for 20 years as a head football coach.
Now it's 3rd and 10. They go back to the I formation. That last dive might have been enough for a 1st down. I don't think they're in 4-down territory yet, though, so I think it's critical he gets the 1st down. What do you think, Len?
Boy, it's a great play. Now, let me tell you something about Eric Chapman. Ladies and gentlemen, this takes courage. Because I tell you what, he dives in there. They flush him out. He's going to make the run. Now, right now, he's got to make a decision. He's going to give his body for the school or not. He decides, yes, he give his body to the school. 1st down, I hope, to keep the drive going.
Measurement. And... inches.
I bet he goes for it.
One thing for sure, the crowd is beginning to get expectant about what they're going to do. 4th down, inches between the 48 and 49-yard line of NC State. 21-10, Wolfpack leading. Donnelly, the fullback. He got it. Chapman has the 1st down. We'll wait for the official signal from our referee, John Nealon. There it is, first down.
You know what Dick Sheridan's thinking about right there? He hasn't had the football. See, their plan is to keep the ball away from North Carolina State. Bill Dooley is right there, and he's doing exactly what he hopes will happen. Is the fact is he'll catch him like in a horse race right at the wire at the last part of the game.
Now Snell comes to the left, and Richardson goes to the right. Now split backs. Does this mean pass? No. Hunter close to a first down. He's inside the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Nelson Jones.
And this is the old play that, you remember the Cleveland Browns used to use that play to Jimmy Brown? Now watch Hunter come around to the left, and he gets hit right there. Boom! He gets hit from the inside.
Good block was delivered by John Fitzhugh.
But you know, you brought up a good point. You said the split back indicate pass.
The score in Atlanta, 21-10. North Carolina State leading Virginia Tech. We'll be right back after these messages. Freshman Ray Agnew shaken up last play, replaced by John Adletta, sophomore out of Loveland, Ohio. It is 2nd and 1. 39-yard line of NC State. Everett came in motion and has the football. A little bit of trickery by Virginia Tech. The man in motion carrying.
Number 46, Everett, has ran the ball 8 times for a 5.9 average. Now watch, they fake that ball to the tailback, get a nice block in there, and he comes around to the outside. Now put that ball away and protect it. See that? Good job. Drops the left-hand shoulder. Number 21 comes up to make the tackle, Nelson Jones.
9-yard gain, 2nd and 1, 32-yard line. NC State. There goes Richardson, and there goes Williams. And he is, I said it was 2nd down, that was a first down play. Everett did pick up the first down. Today, what great rushing yardage, 235 versus a season average of 208. When we were away, how many plays did you say NC State's had the ball this quarter?
3 plays. Remember I talked about how to catch a team is catch them on defense, don't let them score.
2nd down 7, NC State 29-yard line. Less than 3 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. There he goes again, Everett. And there goes Hunter. Oh, he got the last couple of yards on that run by sheer effort. Ball will be spotted at the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1. Steve Grad.
I've got an injury update on Ray Agnew. They say it's just a bad bruise. They're patching him up again, as you can see behind me, and they say he'll go back in the next few plays. So good news for the Wolfpack fans.
New tight end Rodney Varney checks in, the junior from Salem, Virginia. 3rd down, less than 1 for a first down. 22-yard line of NC State. There goes Hunter. It appears, if I judge the linesman's position, that it is a first down at the 21-yard line.
They tossed the ball to the tailback that time, but Pat Teague, the all-ACC linebacker from the inside, made a great play, but it was not quick enough. It's first down, Virginia Tech. There's Kramer. Now, you know, Eric Kramer wants to play, but this is part of the strategy. Don't let him play. Now, if they just keep moving this football, even if they can get just 3 points, they're right back in the ball game.
Snell goes to the short side, the right, and Everett is out wide to the left. 1st and 10 play. On first down. Big play by Fred Stone and Sandy Key.
Oh, it's a great play by number 48, Stone. Watch him. The quarterback's rolling out. You got number 50, Teague, is putting the pressure on him with the blitz, and he gets him behind. The number 1 problem right now that Virginia Tech has is they don't have what they call a sophisticated passing attack where they can hit guys for long touchdowns. They've got to move it slowly and relentlessly down the field.
Loss of 8, 2nd and 18, 30-yard line of NC State. A minute to play, 3rd quarter. say I think he hit the ground just inside the 1, he being Eddie Hunter. They say he hit the ground a half-yard shy.
Wasn't that a great call by the coaches upstairs? They put number 45 in a slot to the right, and they brought him and isolated him on a linebacker and hit him perfect. Chapman threw that ball perfect. What a great opportunity for them to go in and score. Here's another angle you watch. Chapman throws this ball right over the defender's hands. Great catch by Hunter. Right there, good concentration.
And a good call by the official. He was just shy of the goal line by about a foot. Second down. Now Williams is the tailback. Full house backfield. Williams, touchdown. Is the stage set for the fourth quarter? 33 seconds left to play, third quarter. It's now 21-16.
Here's a great ISO shot on Williams. Their linemen are coming off. Singleton, Clapp. They're not allowing, no way that North Carolina State's going to stop him. And he goes in there for a touchdown, Williams.
Will they go for 2?
Now, here's the strategy. If he goes for 2, he can come back and try to win it later on. Now, it's 6 in one, half a dozen the other. Let's see what he does.
Down by 5. 33 seconds to play, third quarter. I'm remiss in not mentioning earlier that Todd Grantham had checked in as an offensive lineman. Now, he can either play a guard or a tackle spot. So they go for 2. Everett goes to the right. Steve Johnson, the tight end, is out, split out to the left. Everett in motion. Couldn't quite hold on. Tailback Williams. So it remains a 5-point margin. North Carolina State 21. Virginia Tech 16. We'll be back in Atlanta right after these messages.
Here's a replay with Chapman rolling out. Watch number 4, Gay, come in and try to jump in there and get it. Ooh, what a play by number 4. Right on his head. What a great play. Give that guy an extra scholarship. He deserves it.
So the crowd is really alive here in Atlanta with 33 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Bill Dooley along the near sideline. The deep men in the middle. Troy Russell, Lowe on the one side, Barn on the other. Kinzer to kick off. Fairly short kick. Russell at the 16. So pretty good position here for the Wolfpack beyond their 30, around the 32-yard line. Let me ask you a question here now, Lee. We're going to probably have one play, if it's a running play, before the end of the third quarter. Do you think in order to try and protect the lead and take some time off the clock, that NC State might go here to more of a run-oriented offense?
Absolutely not. That's not their style. It would be out of character of Dick Sheridan. He's got to do what he does best.
Right at fullback. You've answered the question already. There's Harris, the tailback. And he gets about 8 yards on first down, so there's nothing conservative about that.
You got to remember what Dick Sheridan's thinking. He might not get the ball more than 1 or 2 more times. The way that Dooley's team has kept the ball away from him, he might have to really get something going and score here.
Now, barring a timeout, that could have been the final play of the third quarter. We're down now to just 7 seconds left in the period. That last touchdown, the one scored by Virginia Tech, the only score here in the third quarter. And we're down now to, that's the end of the third quarter. The score: North Carolina State 21, Virginia Tech 16. We'll return to Atlanta right after these messages. Here on the Ms. Lou Television Network with the fourth quarter of the new Peach Bowl. 1st and 10, or rather 2nd and 1, maybe even a little less than 1 for NC State. Their own 40-and-a-half-yard line as we get ready for the fourth quarter. It's been a good one, Lee.
Absolutely. Good. Both competitive teams. As you noticed before, I mentioned they had a combined record of 16 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. And the new Peach Bowl put a combination together where only the Rose, the Orange, and the Fiesta have better records. That's quite an honor for the new Peach Bowl.
Worthen will go out to the right. Wolfpack going with 2 tight ends. Harris the tailback. Kreit the fullback. 15 minutes of playing time remaining. The Canoga Park, California quarterback, Eric Kramer. Option. Kramer. Big run. And a fumble. And it is a turnover. I was waiting, watching the officials, and there was a fumble, and it was recovered by Virginia Tech. Victor Jones, we think should be credited with recovering it.
Now remember, their strategy was to allow Kramer to run the football and punish him. In that case, they got a good shot at him, and it's a controversial play because everybody in North Carolina State thinks that the ground caused this fumble. You take a look at it.
Back to live. 1st and 10, Virginia Tech, their own 41-yard line. Everett in motion. He has it, and that's a first down at the 47-yard line of North Carolina State. The receiver, David Everett, a junior from Emporia, Virginia.
This time they double covered Snell, number 82, and left single coverage on number 46, Everett, who's 6'4", 208, and makes a good play right there.
Jamison out to the right. Richardson in motion. There goes Hunter. About a 9-yard pickup with determined running.
You notice the momentum starting to move, starting to go. Now, watch number 22 in this picture. Richardson gets the block. Number 45, Hunter, will break to the outside. There's the block that allows him to get 4 more yards by blocking Smith, 53.
Michael Brooks made the tackle, but not before a gain of a little more than 9. 2nd and less than 1. Early 4th quarter, 21-16. NC State leading. Everett back in the game and in motion again. There goes Hunter. There goes another Virginia Tech first down. This one at the 32-yard line. Now it's the Virginia Tech fans that have reason to roar their approval of what their team is doing.
Okay, what they're doing basically is what Virginia Tech has done the entire season and how they got there. Chapman, number 16, has been the catalyst of this drive because he's mixing his plays up beautifully.
Out to the right is going to come Snell. Tight end Johnson is on the left side. Again, Richardson in motion. A big hit at the line of scrimmage by Sandy Key. He slowed him up.
That was that misdirection play. They've had a lot of yardage on it, but that time Key got too much penetration. He's the leading tackler on the defensive line. Chapman is looking over to the sideline, but they send in the plays. They do not signal in from the coaches.
Donnelly will be the fullback now, number 25. The tailback remains Hunter. 2nd and 10. 33-yard line of NC State. Might have been a bit of a mix-up there, and I don't believe that Chapman lost the ball. It is going to be 3rd and about 10.
What he was trying to do that time was run the option, but they didn't give him any options. They just took out and covered the pitch-out man and made him run, and Crooms from the inside filled the hole. That's one of the problems with the options play, is the defense can dictate who runs the ball.
Now Johnson moves left, and Jones is covering him. Snell is wide to the right. Williams in motion. He's there, Williams. First down, 18-yard line. Now, was that an isolation again?
Absolutely, Ray. And the way they isolated this time is they put it in motion. And by putting him in motion, he was out running, and his momentum covered him on the flat. Now, number 32 is Brooks, and he's supposed to be covering number 2, but he's in the motion and gets out wider than possible.
1st and 10, Virginia Tech, 18-yard line of NC State. Time left in the game, 12 minutes. NC State leading by 5. Now they were split backs, and there goes Donnelly. Oh, wow. About a 7 or 8 yard pickup to the 11-yard line.
Now you ask it, why does that play work so good? Because they've been going outside for the last 5 plays, and now they trapped it. What a beautiful trap by Kevin Keefe. He comes along and makes a great trap, and Donnelly moves forward.
Now Grady Harris moves into the defense, a junior from Cincinnati, number 69. Second down and a little more than 2. Richardson in motion. Here comes Williams, but not very far. He did not get a first down. He got only about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Boy, it's a tough play right here. One of the things that makes sure that that's going through Bill Dooley's mind right now is he'll toss the ball out. One of his things is does he go for the field goal or not? I tell you what, this is an important play right there. It's a great defensive play. I would say if Dooley goes true to character, he'll call timeout here and then make a decision later.
Scott Auer did a good job that time of turning Williams back to the inside. It is 3rd and 2 at the NC State 10. Hunter, he got the first down. Forward progress is the 7. I watched the headlinesman, Lee, and he marked it very carefully. He got a yard more than he needed. It's a 1st and goal at the 7.
Eddie Hunter is just running now. Watch, he'll run a play into the inside, but the hole is covered to the inside, and watch him break to the right. Great play right there by Hunter, and then, boom, he runs into Derek Taylor, but he's got enough determination to run through and make a first down.
So 1st and goal, NC State 7. Wow, is he happy? 10:25 to play in the game. No wide receivers, full house backfield. Richardson in motion. Eddie Hunter, great defensive play. Is that Scott Auer? Yes, Scott Auer.
You watch Scott Auer, number 95, makes a great play because he beats Steve Johnson trying to block him. But the good part about this is he holds on. See that? He's been running through all the tackles, so they got to hold on to him anywhere they can. Scott Auer right there.
Half-yard gain, 2nd and goal, 6.5-yard line. 9:50 left in the clock running. Virginia Tech with the ball and down by 5. Everett in motion. To the end zone, touchdown, Johnson. Great fake by Chapman. Now, I don't know whether that flag... Now, something came out of the stands.
Okay.
We're going to watch the referee and make sure.
Chapman makes a good fake, and Johnson slips out of there on a delay pattern, and he's wide open for a touchdown. He's had 3 already, and this one is number 4.
Call on Virginia Tech. There will be assessed on the kickoff.
So there
The
was a flag, but the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. So it was obviously against the defense.
There's the same play. He makes that really good fake to freeze alignment. Now, here's another angle. The fake drives everybody to the inside. Number 4, Gay, gives his body to the university, and Chapman hits a touchdown to Steve Johnson.
And you know who did the greatest job of pass blocking there? Everett provided the block that allowed Chapman the freedom to throw the touchdown pass. So they go for 2. The second time. Hokies lead by 1 point. There goes Everett. There goes Eddie Hunter, and he does not get in. Wow. So with 9:36 left, Virginia Tech 22, North Carolina State 21. We'll be back at the new Peach Bowl in Atlanta right after these messages. I assumed that the penalty was against the defensive team, North Carolina State. It was not. And Lee Corso explained what happened.
All right, on the 2-point conversion, they go to the left. You'll see the quarterback rolling out to his left, and they try to run a toss play. But number 21, Lee Jones comes up and makes a terrific play right there. He wards off one tackler, makes the play. I think the penalty was on the fact that when they scored the touchdown, the entire Virginia Tech team ran down in the end zone, and that's a 15-yard penalty. You cannot go on the field after your team scores.
And what this means, barring an unusual kick here by Virginia Tech's Chris Kinzer, NC State figures to get great field position. Now the deep man in the middle will be Worthen. Always a threat. Always a threat. Worthen there in the middle, number 17. There's Chris Kinzer, the kicker. Worthen is flanked on the one side by Jones, and on the other, or rather by Varn, on the other side by Jim Lowe. At the 18, 25, 35, 40. Great run back. Great field position now for Eric Kramer and company. The senior quarterback, junior college transferee from Canoga Park, California is his hometown.
Now this is an interesting call. Is this a face mask or not? Now take a look real close and see. No, I don't think so. The reason why it isn't because he didn't intentionally grab a hold of him. Number one. Number two, he didn't have a hold of his face mask. He had a hold of his neck.
Tripe, the fullback. Crumpler, the tailback. Let's see who goes in motion. Tight end went in motion. Britt on first down. He overshot Tripe, the fullback. The defender was Sean Lucas, who came over from strong safety. It will be 2nd and 10. So Kramer comes out firing.
And you know what? Sometimes as a coach, I always worried about this. This young man has been sitting on the bench. He could get cold. He hasn't been playing very much this second half.
Well, time of possession is overwhelmingly in favor of Virginia Tech. 2nd down and 10 at the NC State 44. 9:23 left in the game. That's Worthen. Now there was literally threading the needle. He had to throw over people, in front of people, and it's a first down.
What a pass. He threw that ball over number 5. Now watch number 5. He's 6'2". If he was 6'3", he'd have knocked this ball down right there. Boy, what a great throw to Worthen. Now watch Worthen. He goes down, breaks a little bit to his left, and he'll come across the middle and he'll catch it, arms extended, perfect play.
At the 38-yard line of Virginia Tech, 1st and 10 NC State. The Wolfpack trails by 1 with 9 minutes left. Here comes a blitz, and they beat it for short yardage with the fullback Trite. The tackle made once again by Jamel Adjemi.
You know, one gentleman we haven't called in a long time is number 47. You better alert for Jeffries. They like Jeffries and Worthen, number 47 and 17, in situations where it's long yardage.
Now Jeffries comes to the short side, the left. That running play gained 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down 7, 36-yard line of Virginia Tech. Britt in motion. A little screen to Crumpler. 20. Out of bounds inside the 15. Now that may not have been an artistic screen pass, but it sure worked.
And you know why it worked? Because they had a blitz on, and the man that was supposed to cover number 44 did not cover. See the blitz? 3 men on him, dumped it off, nobody. Then he makes a break right here, and good thing that Scott Rice is a tough kid, because that Crumpler is going for the touchdown.
And you know what, Lee, unless I'm mistaken, Crumpler was so crowded he didn't even have to make use of his screen man. He broke outside of the defenders. First down, NC State, 12-yard line of Virginia Tech. 8:12 left in the game. NC State down by 1. Here's the option. And a loss. Back to the 16-yard line as Victor Jones made an excellent defensive play. Now the loss will be from the 11 to the 16. Of course, we must keep in mind that this is very definitely, as of right now, field goal range for Mike Cofer.
And that's exactly what the North Carolina State coach is telling the quarterback. Look, we need 3 points. Bill Dooley is worried there because he wants to make sure that he can come up with a big play. He might have to send a blitz. And if he sends the blitz, it could give him 7 instead of 3.
Harrell, a new tight end is in the game on the left side. Second down play. The pass is incomplete. He wanted to hit Worthen. Might have led him by just an eyelash.
Just an eyelash. Watch Dooley right here. He's watching. Is he going to catch the touchdown pass? All right. Had him all the way. Now watch this. Kramer throws the ball. He throws a little bit too far to his right, but Worthen makes a good effort. Now, Worthen is the same guy that beat North Carolina on the last play of the game. Now, he was concentrating on his feet, not catching the football.
3rd and 15. Clock stopped. 7:23 left to play. He's aiming it for Jeffries. No. So now it's going to be 4th time. And presumably, yes, special team time. What is Mike Cofer's record? 13 of 17 field goals.
And they went back to Jeffries, and you notice they picked on Scott Rice again. They must think that Scott Rice is the weaker of the two defensive cornerbacks because they went after him twice for touchdown. Now here's Bill Dooley again. Last play, last game. Yeah, way out. Yeah, 10 yards at least.
All right, Gay is the holder. This will be a 33-yard attempt. NC State trying for the lead. Has the distance. The Wolfpack is back on top. NC State 24. Virginia Tech 22. We will return to Atlanta right after these messages. You know, Lee, before we come to a game like this, you always hope you have a game like this, and we haven't.
What did we say at the top of the show? It could possibly come down to the team that had the ball last.
Well, NC State kicks off. The deep man will be Williams for one, but Myron Richardson, not Eddie Hunter.
Boy, at NC State, they haven't had many times on the field, and you know what gave them that last field goal? The excitement of the Virginia Tech team gave a 15-yard penalty was the difference in them getting that field goal or not.
Mike Cofer to kick off. And this will be Williams. He has a 77-yard run from scrimmage already. Gets it out to about the 23-yard line. Now, the third quarter in time of possession belonged to Virginia Tech. Will they figure right now that they have enough of a running game to depend on it and get within possible field goal range?
Number one and most important, the mixture of their last drive was perfect. Throwing the ball on 1st and 10 and running it. They need both to win this game, Ray.
Williams a tailback. Jones the fullback, but no I formation. Split backs. Beyond the 25 to the 26-yard line, Ernie Jones, the junior from Virginia Beach. Well, in fact, Williams, the tailback in there now, is also from Virginia Beach. Myron Richardson, a Richmond freshman, brings in the message. He and Everett have been pretty much used as the messengers. That first down play gained 3 yards. Second down, 7. Clock running, 6:39 to play. Here comes Williams. He is close to a first down. Beyond the 30. Looks to be about the 32-yard line, and if that's the case, it will be 3rd down and a little more than 1 for a first down. We'll keep our eye on that clock. Lee, if I forget, you remind me how much time is left, because that's good. I have a feeling it's going to be important.
Absolutely.
Clock running. Williams did not get out of bounds. Less than 6 minutes to play. 3rd and 1. Everett in motion. First down, Ernie Jones. Short yardage, dependable. Steve Grad.
Ray, you think the football is important. This is another important piece of equipment. This is the tee for field goals. with the game we have. It's so close right now. It's about 4 inches long, about 1.5 inches high. It's got a waffle top here, and this is what they use to make those game-winning extra points and field goals. Ray?
Okay, Stephen, we have a player injured and being attended to for North Carolina State. So the score, North Carolina State 24, Virginia Tech 22. We'll be back right after these messages.
Boy, there's both coaches. Dooley to your right. He's trying to be the first coach in Virginia Tech history to ever win a game in a bowl game. They've never won a bowl game.
1st and 10. Virginia Tech 35. Everett in motion. On 1st down. Chapman, he has his receiver there, and it's Snell. Donald Wayne Snell. Now, we want to tell you about the injured players. Grady Harris of North Carolina State left the field limping heavily. Meanwhile, we spotted then a bit later that Rodney Varney, backup tight end for Virginia Tech, was shaken up. He was able to walk off the field. 1st down, Virginia Tech, their own 45. Time left, 5 minutes, 29 seconds. Jamison is out to the right. In motion, Richardson. Very, very short gain, and was there a fumble? Apparently, if the ball was loose, it was recovered by Virginia Tech. Clock starts to run again. That's why that official was winding his arm in windmill fashion. Just over 5 minutes to play. Now Snell comes in, Everett comes in, Williams comes in.
And number 4500's running that inside play. He drops the football, but thank goodness for Virginia Tech, he falls right on top of it. That was a fumble.
2nd and 10. He is trying to get it to Snell. Overthrown at the 10-yard line, but Snell has great speed. He was behind Derek Taylor. Well, I get upset when announcers keep calling a play critical, or they must. But if ever a 3rd down is important, I'd have to believe it's 3rd and 10 right now for Virginia Tech.
This is critical for 2 reasons. One, they want to keep the ball, obviously, but 2, they also don't want to turn it over. Because if they don't make a 1st down and punt the ball and back them up inside the 10, they will still have time to win the football game.
4:51 left. 24-22, North Carolina State. Virginia Tech with the ball, their own 45, 3rd and 10. Couldn't quite get it to Williams. It is 4th down. I'm trying to remember if any team took a timeout here in the 2nd half.
I don't think so.
I think each team has its full complement. 3 timeouts remaining. Now Romero will apparently be punting to Worthen. There's Worthen. He's backing up inside the 15. I'm sure Romero is going to try and get this one pretty high or aim for a corner, one of the 2.
2 things that Coach Dooley's thinking about right now. Field position and that clock.
It has height. Fair catch, 14-yard line. The score in Atlanta at the New Peach Bowl. North Carolina State 24, Virginia Tech 22. Steve Grad has a report on the injured player for North Carolina State.
Defensive tackle Grady Harris has a mild knee sprain on his right knee, and we're not sure if he's going back in. They say it's possible, but they'll play it by ear right now. Grady Harris.
14-yard line, NC State possession, 4:41 left. 2 tight ends, that's the way they've been going almost all of the game. Oh, big gain for the fullback, Crichton. To the 40, and finally dragged down. Is that Sean Lucas who finally caught him? Yes.
There goes that field position I was talking about. Number Crichton, 41, breaks the tackle there and takes off down the sideline. Not only does that make it a tough thing for Virginia Tech to win a ball game now. It gives that great momentum. Now, it's the fake toss play. Remember that fullback belly play I was talking about Woody Hayes made famous? There he goes. He breaks Carter Wiley's tackle, and there he goes. And thank goodness that Lucas catches him from behind.
At the 46-yard line of Virginia Tech. And there goes Kreitz again. Running with tremendous determination. And he picked up about 7 yards on first down to the 39-yard line. Clock running, just over 4 minutes left. NC State on top of a 2-point lead.
That's a great day for a fullback from the I formation, 101 yards. Basic strategy is go back to what you do the best when you got to win the ball game. Right there is one of the reasons they're winning tonight.
Second down, a little more than 3 for a first down. And there's Crumpler, but this time nowhere to go. Ridden back by Curtis Taliaferro, a senior from Salem, Virginia. So now we have a critical third down for NC State.
Okay, I'm sure what the coach is thinking here also is we don't want a turnover, because if we do not make the first down, we can punt it and get that field position.
Now NC State goes to 2 wide receivers. Jeffers is back in. Worthen to the right. There had to be a mix-up there. Worthen stopped, and I don't think Kramer expected him to.
Okay, Ray, that's exactly the same play that they ran about in the second quarter as an automatic. But this time, the difference was 99, Rick Singleton, who's 6'5", got his hand up there and deflected the football.
3 minutes, 14 seconds left. Fourth down. The punt returner is Billy Myers. The punter is Kelly Holodick, and boy, he's come up with a couple of great punts today.
And sometimes in situations like this, they'll take a 5-yard penalty to give them 5 more yards.
Holodick averaged over 42 yards in the regular season. He's going to run. Did he get the first down? He needed to reach the 36-yard line. The signal. I think they're signaling now. Yes, he got the first. Now there is a gutsy call.
There is a mistake, because I promise you that wasn't a planned fake to the left. He was going to throw the ball to the right, and it took off running to the left. And everybody says, "What a coach!" I'm telling you.
He got the first down by just over a yard. It's just inside the 35 with 2:53 left in the clock running. And nothing this time for Crichton. Now, who is that made the tackle? 4, I see a number 4. Jamel Adjemi has made one great play after another today.
He's making great plays on the inside. The problem right now with Virginia Tech is not that North Carolina State has the ball. It's the fact that not only did they have the ball, the clock is moving. It's 2:23 and counting.
Second down, 11. 2 tight ends. The 1 wide receiver. And there goes Adjemi again. Back at the 43-yard line.
From the end zone, you'll see him hit the crack right there. Now, they're taking all kinds of chances now. They have no choice but to do that. That was a great call on the defensive coach's standpoint.
Now, Virginia Tech has just taken timeout number 1. They stopped the clock with 2:07 left. It'll be third down and 18. Whew, I think it's a good idea to leave here for just a minute or so. Score, North Carolina State 24, Virginia Tech 22. We will return to the new Peach Bowl right after these messages. We just got back a split second too late. A little bit of miscommunication with the officials, but that was tight end Ralph Britt that Kramer was trying to hit. Now, he would not have had a first down.
Most important, that thing stopped the clock. 2:01. In my opinion, if they'd have run the football, they'd have caused Virginia Tech to take a timeout and cause them to have only 1 left. Now they got 2.
Now, do they go for the block?
No way. They just got to get the football. They'll go for a block, but only conservatively. They won't run into the kicker.
10 men up in the line. this punt will go into the end zone for a touchback. So now 80 yards away. Now, Holodeck wanted to get that out of bounds. I'm just watching his reaction right now. He's very disappointed. But 1:53 left. Virginia Tech, according to our calculation, has 2 timeouts remaining. They have it at their own 20-yard line. Now, is North Carolina State going to a prevent side or defense here?
Well, you know that old theory, some teams you go into prevent, some teams put the pressure. I would think they would go into a prevent defense, but keep their eye on number 82, Snell. He's the guy that Virginia Tech likes to go to. Chapman and Snell are the key guys right now.
Chapman being Eric Chapman from Landover, Maryland. And he has a year left. He's only a junior.
And he comes from a good school, DeMatha. Produces good football and basketball players.
Now we have 4 wide receivers, no tight end, 1 running back. 1st and 10 play. Chapman across the 25 at the 26-yard line. The hit was made on Steve Johnson.
Well, that's a good play to Johnson. Although he didn't catch the ball because he didn't reach out and catch it with his hands, it was a good play because if he'd have caught that ball, he could have got out of bounds. Now, what that coach is telling his men, if we get the football back, 2 hands on the ball, no fumbles.
Richardson just brought in the play selection. He's one of the wide receivers, one of 4 wide receivers. That last play took 4 seconds. Here's a 2nd and 10 play. Again, roll out. Close to a 1st down. Now, of course, a 1st down is important because the clock stops until the chains have been moved.
Absolutely. They've got to get a 1st down, but they cannot panic right now. They've got plenty of time. 1:41 is plenty of time, and that was a 1st down.
So that saves a few seconds. 1:41 left. Now, the tailback is Maurice Williams. Think they might try and set him off against a linebacker?
The one mistake they're making is they're not getting up on the line of scrimmage. They got to go without a huddle. Watch number 2 in the flat.
Williams just went in motion. Not quite able to haul it in was Myron Richardson, the Richmond, Virginia freshman. Who was that? Oh, that was Snell. I'm sorry. I said Richardson. It was number 82, Snell. Couldn't quite reach it. So, 3rd down and 10. But they're definitely in a 4-down situation now with 1:24 left in the game and North Carolina State leading by 2 points.
They're setting up a great play that Miami Dolphins like, where a man curl hooks, catches the ball, and laterals it. I don't know if they got that play, but if they do, this is a good time to use it.
2nd down at the 30. That's what Chapman has done. First down, 44-yard line. Steve Johnson, the junior tight end from Huntsville, Alabama. And let's see who's slow to get up. I think Chapman got decked just as he released the football. Yes, he did, but he's up. He's okay. But they've moved the ball now to their own 44 with 1:18 left. Out comes Williams. In comes Richardson. They're going with that 4 wide receiver setup. The gain was to the 49-yard line, but the clock keeps running. Less than a minute to play. And we have taken a timeout right now in behalf of Virginia Tech timeout. They have 1 left. 24-22, North Carolina State leading Virginia Tech. We'll be back after these messages.
Last timeout, which you want to save to kick the winning field goal.
Now, Williams and Chapman have been over huddling with Bill Dooley and staff during that timeout. 2nd and 6, 49-yard line of Virginia Tech. Now, Williams is in motion. Here they're going to run. And a 1st down is picked up by the fullback, Ernie Jones. Now they're at the 44-yard line of North Carolina State. 53 seconds showing on the clock. Now, they will not start the clock again until the chains are in position. Now, they haven't moved yet. Now, that was a mistake. There was a definite mistake there. The chains had not moved, and they started the clock and allowed the play to begin.
You're right, Ray. In fact,
they just now moved the chains.
Just now moved the chains. That would have given the Virginia Tech a little bit more time.
42-yard line. Chapman that time picked up about 3 yards. 45 seconds left. He stopped the clock by going out of bounds. Now Snell, his number 1 target, is out to the left. His number 2 target, Steve Johnson, is off to the right. Second down, 7. Williams motion. Running play for Jones. He didn't get the first down. He has it down to the 36-yard line. But I'd have to believe they're getting pretty close now. Pretty close now for the field goal range of Chris Kinzer.
Okay, now let me tell you why I think that was a bad call.
They just took their last time out.
You got it. I didn't even have to tell you.
38 seconds showing on the clock. Steve Grad has our most valuable player of the game, the Budweiser most valuable player. Steve.
Bob Walsdorf of Anheuser-Busch to tell us who the MVP is for Bud.
On behalf of Budweiser, I'm proud to announce that Mel Crate is the Budweiser MVP for the new Peach Bowl.
Number 41 in the red for North Carolina State. If they can hold on, it's well-deserved.
You bet.
What kind of a game did you expect today here in Atlanta?
I expected high scoring and wet weather. I'm glad it stayed dry.
Well, I'm glad you're half right. The high scoring anyway. Thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you, Steve.
38 seconds left. 3rd and 2, Virginia Tech, 36-yard line of NC State. Everett went in motion. This is Williams. He did not get the first down. The clock continues to run. He did not get out of bounds.
And they don't have that timeout I told you about.
It is 4th down. 27 seconds showing. Now the clock is stopped.
You know why? An injury to a player.
We are totally screened from that player who's injured. 27 seconds. 24, 22. North Carolina State. Both teams with so much on the line today. Bill Dooley hoping to go out a winner, and his seniors dedicating the game to him. Dick Sheridan, who's had just a fantastic year in his first year at NC State. So much is on the line.
And it's kind of sad that either team has to lose a game. The reason why the people are booing is the fact that they think that guy might have faked an injury. I'm sure he didn't. Not Williams. He wouldn't do that.
Eddie Hunter's back at tailback. The clock starts to run. 4th and 3 for a first down. Chapman. First down. Johnson out of bounds. 29-yard line. Stops the clock. 15 seconds left.
Okay, here's the strategy. Whatever you do, quarterback, throw the ball towards the sidelines. That's what he's telling him. Throw it out. If he's not open, throw it into the end, throw it into the stands. There's a perfect play of catching it and getting out of bounds right away. The problem they have, Ray, is if they catch a ball less than 10 yards, the game is over.
First down, NC State 29, 15 seconds left. Donnelly at fullback. 3 wide receivers. Here comes the pressure. He's throwing for the end zone. The receiver, Everett, fell down, and a flag down behind the line. Against Virginia Tech.
Okay, you're going to see holding on number 99, Key. Keep your eye on number 99, the man over the middle. He makes a great play to put the pressure. He grabs him and holds him. Number 63, oh man, what a tough play. Okay, but here's the situation. It's not over yet. They need to throw the ball about 15 yards to the outside on either side, step out of bounds, line up, and kick the field goal.
Of holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty, previous spot, still first down.
First down, 38.5-yard line, 11 seconds left, and for Virginia Tech, no timeouts.
Which means throw the ball to the outside, complete it, step out of bounds, get your kicker in, and win the game, and get Virginia Tech's first bowl game in the history. Wouldn't that be something?
Into the game, Eddie Hunter. He just now joined the huddle. Snell goes left. Everett goes left. Johnson goes right. Slot back right is Hunter. He's going for the end zone. Flag down. It was caught. Now it was caught by Everett. And there is a flag at the 1. And And we have an NC State player down at midfield. The clock shows 4 seconds left.
Okay, now you
The
keep
flag
your eye-
is
watch
against.
Coach Dooley. Watch Coach Dooley. Watch him.
Now they apparently are calling. I saw a signal against the offense and another signal against the defense, Lee. Let's try and get this sorted out.
Okay, if it's penalty against both teams, the play is null and void. They'll have to do it over again. If it's pass interference, it's a 10-yard penalty. They'll have to line up and kick the field goal to win the game. That's what it is. It's a 10-yard penalty. Now watch. It's isolation. Number 4, Gay. It is pass interference. Now they've got to line up and kick the field goal right now. Remember, the guy's done it 5 times, right? And tied South Carolina the 6th time.
So the penalty is strictly
pass interference, 15-yard foul.
Now, there was definitely a signal from one of the officials that there was a penalty against the offense. I just think, you know what? He might have gotten as excited as I did. But there's definitely a signal given against the offense and against the defense. But it is a first down.
Boy, you can't ask for a better game. Here's the guy lining up for his career. Now, I did this one time, and it might be a good idea for Coach Sharon to think about this. I called the timeout once in the Holiday Bowl to make the guy think about it even a little bit more. Use the old basketball technique. They might do that here.
Now, the penalty was a 15-yard penalty. It moves the ball to the 24-yard line. Now, this means that the kick will be about a 40-yarder from the right hash mark with 4 seconds left. So it's all on the line. Sandy Key, who's played just a great football game, nose tackle, nose guard if you prefer, for NC State, is the injured player. He's being helped off the field.
And North Carolina State did call a timeout. Now, let me tell you one thing. This is one thing I bet you that they practiced right here. This quarterback has got the whole thing. No one in the history of Virginia Tech has ever won a bowl game. And this kid's got it right on his shoulders right now. So what the coach over there, Sheridan, is telling him, whatever you do, try to block it from the outside.
Chris Kinzer of Dublin, Virginia.
Dick Sheridan is thinking right now, it's been a great season, it's been a great game, but oh my gosh, what a game. Now, what's this guy thinking? He can go home a hero to Blacksburg, or he can go right by Blacksburg up to Philadelphia, or right to Boston. Good luck.
The holder will be balanced. 9 of 11 at 40-plus yards. This is about 40 yards and 3 inches. It is good. The game is over. Now, wait a minute. There's a flag down. It is a roughing the kicker. Obviously, it means nothing. And
can you believe this? Watch this young man put this thing through. Now he gets roughed, but it doesn't count. He doesn't even have to see it. He knows it's like hit that cut on the 18th green right in the middle. Watch Dooley, the first coach in the history of Virginia Tech ever to win a bowl game in his last game at Virginia Tech. It'd make a great movie, wouldn't it?
among other places, they can celebrate in Blacksburg, Virginia, and in Dublin, Virginia, in Pulaski County. That's the home of Chris Kinzer.
You know, a game like this...
Didn't you say before the game it could come down to the last team with the football?
Absolutely. But also, you got to understand, it's a sad thing to see either team lose this ball game. What a...
Oh, boy. Well, we're going to try and sort of get calm up here and gather ourselves together because we have a little summarizing to do, as we'll tell you the final score. Virginia Tech 25, North Carolina State 24. Happy New Year, everybody. Back after.